that's so exciting, and it's so amazingly attractive.
Yeah, you're not laughing now, are you?
No, we're not laughing now because I forgot to put us both on the stage, and I didn't mean to put Packer on then straight away because that isn't how it works. I'll tell you something funny though. Welcome one and all. While there's only 25 of you in here, right? So sometimes I have a little chat with Packer beforehand, if just because I'm setting it up, and if I see he's in, because I send him the link, so he's putting it in the chat, ask him to let him know I'm doing the stream and all that. And when I do this to Packer, right, so he's not here, but he is down there, and I can see him, right? I can see him down there. It's sort of slightly faded, but you know, if he was to go like that, I'd know. You know, you can see it, right? But I can do that to me, like that, right? So before the stream goes live, I do this. All very exciting to see behind the scenes. I mean, you're being treated. This is going to be a cracking stream, by the way. But today, for a laugh, excuse me, still got the tail end of the old sinusitis. Today, for a laugh, so we had a little chat, and I said, "All right, mate." I said, "Oh, shit, we better get going." And so I take him out. I took me out so we can both see each other down there, but he gets on with something, and I had to go and put the light on and try and do something about this mess. I haven't been to the hairdressers for like 8 weeks now. It's usually once every 3 weeks. Anyway, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I'd done a full split the difference kind of Mooney at Packer, because he was looking off like that. And he'll turn around and just see my ass filling the little screen. But because I sort of done it on the chair, and I was sort of balancing, I was contorting myself to get it done. Like my right leg was sort of shaking. You know, when you sort of get it on a weird, I don't think it's a nerve, but it's just not, something's not right. So I was sort of going, nah. He weren't looking. He didn't look. He just carried on doing what he was doing, which obviously he's allowed to. But then I just had to stop. I just had to sort of go, I'm just a bloke in a room on my own who showed his ass to no one for no reason. So that's lovely. How are you, Picard?
I'm broken.
You're not bent anymore, no? You are fully broken.
Yeah, no, I went karting yesterday with my son and actually got in a cart.
Is this something you do regularly, get in it, or is
No, this is something I haven't got in a cart for about 10 years.
Oh, okay. Right, go on.
Oh, it's quite painful today.
Packer's storytelling in its own way. It's a little bit like Italo Calvino. I've entered a piece of writing in a competition. I've never done that.
I feel like I've broken my back in 2 places, cracked about 4 ribs, and someone's tried to pull my arms off.
Without a doubt, you've got an amazing story there, and you went, this was your version of it. I'm broken. Don't feel very good today, which is fine. Which is, you know, you don't say you're a storyteller. Come on, what happened? People love it. They want to hear it.
I went. It's his birthday soon, and for some reason I don't know, but he said, I want to go karting with you, Dad. Get in a car and race with you.
Oh, yeah, so you and him are in different carts.
Yeah.
So he's in that nice one you bought him, and you're in one of the.
No. We went to the indoor place, so we're just in electric carts indoors.
Oh, okay. You didn't want to be out on the tarmac. You thought, fuck that.
I would have, but I'm glad I didn't, because I might have killed myself. Did you have a
springy floor as well? Go on.
No, I was just was shocking. It was an electric car, and they feel different. I've never driven one before, and I've got no trainers, so I had to wear my work boots. So I wasn't getting much feedback through my feet.
Okay.
Doesn't help. But it was all right. I put in an average time, but I'm just in a lot of pain today.
So hang on. So, but you still haven't explained what happened.
What do you mean? I raced around in a car. Nothing happened. I went around the track in a car. And
What? So you didn't crash or anything? It's just actually karting has sort of rattled your bones and muscles.
Yeah, I skimmed the odd barrier, but I was all right. I spun out once.
All right. So you're old, is what you're saying. You're an old
I'm 54.
man. And just doing that hurt you. Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go again though till I get used to it.
People watch Packer's deportment. Posture slowly change like over the next few months. They'll be like that. They'll be coming on again. Yeah. Well, let's hope not. Well, I'm sorry. I'm glad you went karting. That's a good thing to do. And I'm sorry that you're a weak man.
Yeah.
Have you always felt like a weak man?
Yeah.
Like even a weak man wouldn't say that. Which lets me know you're not. That's why it's funny. Anyway, we've got some OGs in. I would have thought, come on, responding to Bullseye, that it went down a treat last time. I haven't watched this episode, by the way. I haven't watched this episode. Packer, I've got a new idea. Because I've noticed you over the last 100-odd streams laughing at the chat, and I'll say to you, what are you laughing at? And then you'll go, usually Moody Edge has said something funny. If you want, you can say to me, you can tip me on, because I can't always keep an eye on the chat. Well, I just can't all the time, you know. So if there's one that you think's worthy of screen time, I mean, you know, I'll have a look. I'll make a decision. We'll take it from there. But you don't have to. I don't want to make it more of an hassle for you. Just something.
Mrs. Me in it's just opened her mouth and written a paragraph. That's got to be.
Now, Mrs. Me in it, I've got something to say to her. Mrs. Me in it says this. Mousecat, the shortest route between Calpe. I've been to Calpe in Spain, innit? Brad went there the other day. The shortest route between Calpe and Marbella is 360.84 miles. The driving time is approximately 6 hours 48 minutes. Na 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 banana. Do you reckon I got the tune right?
I think so.
I had a little one of those on the comments on my new short story. Right, listen, Mrs. Me in it, I want to thank you because staff are putting my parcel together because they don't send so many anymore. Apparently there's 2 from you, so that's a lot of angel delight, and I can't wait for it to arrive. I'll put that 8 kilo of fat on again in, well, however many you sent me, 1 a day. Oh man, I might start. I'll be making those different layered ones. Anyway, but when it arrives, you'll get a proper thank you, of course. 22H is on the firm. Nice to see thee. Honey Monsters in. Mrs. Me in it, of course. John Palmer. John B. karting. Packer's boy's got a cart that's got Scrubs branding on it. Yeah, boy. Unless he's taken them off and said, I don't like your stupid weirdos. Wolf is on the firm, dragging a keck from the past. That's amazing. Good call. Eleanor's in. Eleanor, I saw you referred to as Ellie actually somewhere. I've always questioned. I like to call ladies by their full name, but can't remember where it was. John's in. Hello, John. Good to see you. Anglo said to me, can you give more notification? I told you this, but there's a bit more to it now. And I think he meant like a day. you know, or like at least 4 or 5 hours. I couldn't work out whether it's that or whether he just doesn't get a notification from YouTube, or you know what I do suddenly. Oh, I'm going to stream. I mean, I've literally woken up, worked, eaten, worked, stopped, and streamed. It's 1:45 in the morning here. Remember that when we're grifting. And I sent Anglo saying I'm streaming in about 10 minutes. I'm not sure whether it's actually helping, but he's here. Lovely to see you, mate. I think it's hard for me to, like, in the morning, set up a video and say I'll be streaming tonight at whatever time, because I don't know how knackered I'm going to be by that time of night. I don't know whether I'll still be working. I don't know if there'll be an emergency or, you know, all that sort of stuff. So I don't know. The numbers are moving up a bit. That's good. Denise Manise, hello, mate. Miss chatting with you. Where did we used to talk on Skype? Hello, Jessica. John wants to know if someone's going to win a powerboat. It's got to be in it, or caravan, or just, well, you know, just give them the money. I know it's a cliche of a thing to say, but cliches are cliches for reasons of cliches. But like my nan buying me a record token. Anyone hear that Vart? I heard it, man. It's so sad.
My sound just cut out, and that was it.
I've got a new microphone on order. Right. The other day I couldn't turn the thing. I'm going to try a bit harder this time. It's hard because I can't. There's certain places on this I can't touch without getting an electric shock. Right, I've turned it one way, but that's probably the wrong way. Right, I've done it. Right, first thing, is my voice all right? Has it changed? Same. Right, now I'm going to just manually set off a little Vart. Oh. You didn't hear that, did you?
No.
Because you ought to have said. This is ridiculous. Well, I'm going to take it off for that one. Right, what about this one? I've got a little. Hang on, what about this one? No, you would have said, would you? Oh, someone donated as well, because another one come through. Oh, I'm just going to go back to the one it should be. That's the electric shock. I've got a new. You know what I'm going to do? I know the lads at Entropy. No, we're hardly best mates, but we've spoken a few times on like Skype and that. Well, Entropy actually. But I'm going to say to him, how do I get that noise to play? Because it's weird that we used to have it.
I'm starting to wonder if we did. I don't know whether it was just some kind of...
definitely people. Because it'd go and everyone in the chat...
group dream we had.
People in the chat be saying, Vart. I'm going to change it to that and see if that makes any difference. A slart. Someone gave a slart. Right. Another slart. Amazing support. Thank you very much. You put the money in the top of my head. I'm like one of those kids that stands outside a shop with a slot in the top of my head, you know.
And a leg brace. With the leg brace.
They're worth a fortune, those. If you can get an original old one, they go at auction for thousands of pounds. I'd love one. They're a bit like Jeff Koons' work of art. It's got that sort of kitsch. But if you can get one in good nick, I'd love to have one just in my house, like as you come in, with the little box and that and the hole in the head. I used to walk my neighbour's dogs because she was so old, and I was looking in the shoe shop window and someone tried to put 20p. No, they didn't. Right. LC350, Lady Godiva. in one. A cheeky lady. Good call. I see what you've done there, LC350. Lock picking genius. He can't stop. He can't stop what he's doing. JP was happy to test out a VAR. He has written it. Therefore, happy to challenge the history of Western metaphysics by suggesting that the writing is the same. Or should we say similar to the grapheme is similar to the phoneme. That's what you were thinking, wasn't it, John? Nice one, JP. 22H just slarted it. Did you get a slart? Did you get a bit of both? Anglo's just checking for VARs. I will talk to the people. Thank you, Anglo, for that. Thanks for the check. Thanks, 22H. Thanks, JP. Thanks, LC350. Much appreciated, Canuti. I'll just get.
Dot, thanks you for the shout out last stream.
I was going to say some more about Sheila ... actually, because she slotted in lovely. She came along and she seems to thoroughly enjoy herself. So you're welcome, Sheila. An absolute pleasure. Right, before we get into it, Keys of the Kingdom knows a couple of lads who went on Bullseye and won a lot. They must have been gutted.
Oh, fuck.
They've still got all that. Yeah, they've still got them on eBay. Nice to see your Keys. Nice to see your Mouse Cat. Honey Monster is on the firm. I will say hello to people if I haven't said hello. Kipper Sniffer's back on the firm. There you go. You can't beat a bit of bully. And we're going to get there any minute now. Right. Before we get there, this is quite interesting actually. Maybe because of the timing, but I thought my Bullseye milk would bring subscribers to the yard, but it would appear not. We're usually on about 85, 90 at the moment. Well, it's only 9 people less. Luke Daddy, is this the one with the serial killer? No, but we did look at that clip. I haven't, well, it might be actually. I haven't watched it because it's not as funny then, is it? Well, for me, it ain't. I haven't watched it yet. I've got to get into it though, because it's already 10 to 1 and I can't be up all night. I've got to do some writing. People, right. Most of you know I'm a writer. I put a new Substack up. It's called The Amazing Mr. Honestly, It Is Not, right? Now, in the last month, I get a new subscriber daily on average, right? Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. That's why I said average. But in the last month, I've had a couple of media people. I've had a BBC person, and I know this from the emails. Yeah, really weird. I've had 2 agents, both of whom I know, and one of them was a literary agent of mine, about 15 years ago. But it's interesting that my grapheme milk is bringing people to the yard. Now, the thing is, I've probably put up the worst story. Because I'll tell you what, at this stage, I would go traditional publishing. I've always said no, but just to be able to hand the manuscript over, get it edited, get it formatted, and get it done. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of work and being busy. So it would be really handy if you could leave some comments on that news story. I don't care if you even read it. I do. Means the world to me, but if you can't be asked, and it's quite demanding of the reader, the news story, if you don't work hard, it will probably just be like words to you, which, most stories are like words, but I'm very happy with it. I'm very, very happy with it. But yeah, so top link in the description, Substack, get over there. It's called The Amazing Mr. Honestly, It Is Not. Even a like would be lovely. But there you go. And thank you for the people who already have. And a special thank you to Humans A, because he left someone else has as well. I haven't finished answering them all, but one bloke left. Humans A, regular scrub, OG. He left a comment, I replied, and he left another comment, very detailed, very considered, and I'm now replying to that. So those conversations, they're gold dust on Substack. They're absolute gold dust. The algorithm sees that you're engaging with your readers and that your readers are continuing to. Anyway, so that would be very helpful. But check this out. This is not about football. So don't think I'm going to try and bring a bit of football in. I am into football. I watch a few YouTube football channels, 2 or 3 more than most. Most of them, they all think they're celebrities now. And it's just like, we went out to Miami, and it's like, oh, good. You know, you've got your 1.5 million YouTube channel. 40 minutes I've been watching this, and you talked about football for like 5 minutes. So this is one of the better ones. As I was putting some mink oil on my cordovan boots last night, a friend of mine said he got married, right? And for his wedding present, his dad bought him a pair of John Lobb bespoke shoes. Vart. Now, John Lobb, Vart. Now, John Lobb is probably the best cordwainer shoemaker in England, right? Makes shoes for the royal family. This is how much of a, when the likes of John Lobb makes your shoes, they'll make a pair of shoes for you, get them perfectly fitted, make the lasts, they're called, which is a wooden shape of both your feet, and they're both different because your feet are different shapes. And once he's got them perfectly fitted, that pair of shoes gets thrown away, and then he makes your actual shoes. Now, the first pair of shoes is not the top leather, it's not as you know, precise, but I reckon you're looking at about £3,500 to £4,500 for a pair of John Lobb bespoke shoes. And he told me that, and he went, I don't really wear them though, you know, it was a present. He said, and I said to him last night, I said, mate, if you've got to, just fucking wear them, because if you keep them for best, you'll never wear them, and you'll get old, and it'll be a shame. And then, you know, just wear them, you know. But after that, it inspired me to get the old mink oil on my cordovan boots. And it was a lovely meditative session, sitting there, little circles, get the old horsehair brush on them. With cordovan, you've only got to do that like once a year, twice if they've got wet maybe. But it's such an amazing... Cordovan isn't leather, it's the... Anglo, you probably know what this is. I doubt you cut up horse meat, although when I lived in Bury St Edmunds, which is worryingly close to Newmarket, there was a girl I knew that used to eat a lot of horse meat, and I had some once. But the leather at the hind area of a horse, under that there's a membrane, and that's what cordovan is. And these shoes are like, these boots are nearly 15 years old and they're still oily. It's ridiculous. Whoever found that? The reason it's expensive though is trying to get a bit that's big enough, that's the same thickness, you know, enough to cut 2 pairs of, like a pair of boots out of it, and is the same color. I mean, you can dye it as much as you want. If there's different colors initially, they're gonna change color. So anyway, nice to look after your cordovan. Nice to look after. If you buy decent quality things, they're going to last you for so much longer than not buying decent quality, and you're going to pay more for shittier products that are not good for your feet. You know, you need to look after your feet. You live on them. Right. So I'm doing this with my old cordovans earlier. I've got an Arsenal review channel. Charles Watts, his name is. You're only going to have to listen to about 30 seconds of it. So I'm sitting there earlier, mink oil in the cordovans. That's a sentence and a half, isn't it? Entire screen. There you go. Right, pay close attention, people. Pay close attentiati.
interfering with play or blocking the goalkeeper or anything like that. So I think it was the right decision, 100%. But yeah, obviously, if he'd have touched the ball or if the goalkeeper had come out and sort of got blocked by Marino in that position, then I think it would have probably been a different story. But because it played out the way it did, I think it would have been very, very harsh had that goal been ruled out for offside. Dangerfield Chris says, I love these matches afterwards, obviously, because these are the games that the players and the manager learn from. I was a comedian for 10 years. When you have a great gig, you don't improve in any way. When you have a tricky, challenging gig, you learn new strategies, you improve your ability to remain confident and not let the emotional side of things negatively affect your performance. A few more matches like this at this end of the season will be good for Arsenal. Sometimes hard to watch, but the long run, this is the team maturing. Good point, Dangerfield Chris. Absolutely. Love the comparison there of your time as a comedian as well. And I think these last two games, Leicester and Southampton, would have taught Arsenal an awful lot. And I think it certainly would have given confidence as well going forward, that they know when they're in these tricky situations that they can get themselves out of it. They can respond very, very well. Against Leicester, obviously they kept going. They didn't let their heads drop. They kept plugging away and they got their rewards. Against Southampton, they seemed to be inspired by going a goal behind and drag themselves off the floor very, very quickly to turn things around. It's the sort of thing we've seen from Manchester City this season. I think they've gone behind 4 times at the Etihad in the league so far in their games this season. They've come back and they've avoided defeat in all of them, winning 3 of them, I think, and then drawing the game with Arsenal.
I know.
So, those sort of things, you just get stored away. It's almost a muscle memory type thing, and it can really help you in the long run. So I agree. I think it will help Arsenal. I think for our heart rate point of view, it'd be quite nice if we didn't have to endure them quite so often at the Emirates, I have to say. And finally, here's one from Mason.
So there you go. That was quite exciting. I've never, ever had one of my comments read, and believe me, I leave a lot. Dangerfield Chris. Look at John, look. I'm glad he couldn't spell it. Now, we got a couple of vartations. We had Anglo checking for varts. Anglo, Chris, I'm going for the car. A term made famous by Bullseye. Living up north, it meant going for it. I get it. Me and my muckers used it. Any northerners in here who heard it? So, okay, people. So if you were going to go for, maybe there was a lady in a social situation, you'd turn to your mate and go, I'm going for the car, man. Any other northerners heard that? Let us know in the chat.
Well, they wouldn't say I'm going for the car, man, would they? They'd say I'm off at the car.
Going for car. Why was there so many varts, mate? That Mr. MF has dropped an entropy. He says, Hoyt, from your scrub from upstate New York. Mr. MF, an absolute pleasure. Long time no see. Nice one for the old entropy there. Excellent stuff. Right, let's get into this. I can't believe I've already gabbed for half hour. Right. Lost 7 people when the football come on, and they're coming back now. I bet they just thought, I can't listen to football. Right, are you ready? Is everyone ready? We are going in. We're going in deep. I don't want the new layout. Why is it all? That's better. Right, we're going in. We're going in deep. We're going to make it happen. I think that's it.
Going for the car.
Go for the car. I can turn that off. I can turn that off. It's unlikely we're going to need ChatGPT. Like I said, I haven't seen this, people. So, forgot to tell my YouTube people I'm live. So, before we go, don't forget the grift. You've got super chats at the bottom of the YouTube chat. You've got entropy at the top of the YouTube chat. And if you put your phone camera over the QR code that Packer's pointing at, nice, you'll get a little link up. Press that. And that one, weirdly, they take the least amount of money out of the thing. I'm going to get it up on the screen live so I can see. Anglo, thanks for that last 10 bit as well. And you get a video reply as well for that one. And 22H dropped on the other day, and I didn't quite realise how substantial that was, which is much appreciated. 22H. Right. You can't beat a bit of bully. Haven't seen it. This is from 1981. You know what? I've just thought, Packer, I haven't watched this. If it's like, it might already be a reaction. Do you know what I mean? It might already be a reaction video. There might be a commentary or something, and then that would be awkward. Anyway, here we go. You can't beat a bit of bully, ladies and gentlemen. Just on the off chance you don't know, Bullseye, I gave all this out last time. It ran for something ridiculous like 21 years. Jim Bowen was the host all the way through it. There was a serial killer on it. He wasn't killing on the show, but it became kind of ingrained into the consciousness of the late 70s all the way through to the 90s British public for so many catchphrases, notoriously bad prizes, terrible format of show, yet strangely appealing and addictive. So we've done it before. We'll do it again. Let me know if there's an echo or anything. And then I'll have to... Hello, son from Mutton. Good to see you. Hello, Sheila. Hello, Wolfie. I'd rather not have to put my headphones on, but if there is an echo, I obviously will. Let's go. I can't be up all night, so... Oh, rubbish. Why do I even say these things? It will take as long as it takes, won't it? It was the golden age of Sunday afternoon viewing. Although they had a few tries, you know. They started it on like a Wednesday, then it moved to Saturday, and then it just blew up, didn't it? It just took off. John says if Bully was still going today, it would be I'm going for the winter fuel payment.
Boy, what a bag of logs. Ooh.
When you got the BFH, you'll be over the moon, wouldn't you? Or you'd be walking. Right. Let me just do that again because I've screwed it up already. Why are we small like that? Right, here we go. Here we go. Get that going. So we'll have the music because that gets people rocking. So let me know if there's an echo.
It's a Bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Bowen!
Hang on a minute. Vart, let me just get a screen grab of that.
We heard that.
You heard it?
We heard it. Did the chat hear that?
That is very... it's because I've got... Okay, I know. I absolutely know why. I know why you heard that. I'm just saving that for the next thumbnail. That's interesting. Let's have a little look and see what it says. Anglo again. Very kind of you, Anglo. You've lost the speedboat. No worries. You live in Birmingham. Here's your bus fare home. Yeah, exactly. I remember there being a couple of speedboats in... Did you hear that?
Yep.
Right. So it's when I'm sharing my computer audio, obviously. Great stuff. There was a couple of houses in Dartford that had speedboats in their front garden that just over the years rotted. They might have been one at, well, maybe Bullseye, but, you know, where would you go on a speedboat? You can't just go down on the Thames and, well, maybe you can. I don't know anything about the water. We need to ask John Palmer. He's a sailor. Nice one, Anglo. BFH. And then we had another one. Look. John got in for it. He wanted it. He had it. He knew the Varts were legit and he had it. I can turn, if you're not getting echoes, I can turn my audio up a bit as well. So they'll be louder. We are Varting. Right, let's go.
Jim Bowen!
I mean, just check out the dartboard. Right, it says Bullseye UK 81. I thought this meant 1981, but that studio walking through the dartboard doors and the cut of his suit doesn't look like 1981. This looks like a later episode. Who knows?
Can we just check his walk again?
You want to have a little look at his? We can
Check
do
his
that.
gait.
Yep, he looks like he's chewing toffees, doesn't he?
What flavour's that one?
I used to love those different flavour toffos, but I'll take the standard toffee flavours, open them all, make them into one big toffo, and eat it like an apple. Yep. Once I saved up about 4 weeks' pocket money, bought about 20 packs of Chewits, got them a bit warm just by sitting on the packs, you know. I took them all open and made a big ball of Chewits and just put it in the fridge, let it cool, let it warm up a little bit, and then I'd be sitting there going, ooh, and I'd get a bit off. It was lovely, man. Multi-fruit flavoured ball of death.
Thank you very much indeed. Here we are. Well,
We've got our age Bowen there. Put your people. Have you liked the channel? Have you liked the show yet? The stream. What's it called? What am I doing? Hello. What's my name? Thank you for those last 2 donations, people. Please like the stream. Sign up to my Substack. Get a comment on the new one. It's a very strange story. Well, come on. How old do we think? Hello, Pressure Drop. New in these parts? I recognise the name though. My boy Tom's on the phone. This is Jim Bowen's. I've got Trevor Locke on the phone, a friend of mine. Let me tell him. He might talk to you actually. He's a comedian. Trevor Locke, I'm doing a YouTube stream.
Oh, mate. Oh, good. Well, that's fantastic news. I was just checking to make sure you were doing something useful.
Oh, is that why you called, to make sure I was working and busy?
Carry on, then.
All right. I mean, where are you? Are you in the UK?
I'm in the UK.
All right. I'll give you a call after if you're about. You can answer it.
Yeah, nice one. All right.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Locke. All right. How old do we think Bowen is? 88. Mousecat reckons he's 64. Late 80s from Sutton. Hello, cheeky chops. No, nothing in this game for 2 in the bed. Marky Mark. Hello, son.
That's 88 or something. That suit, isn't it? That's Rick Astley.
Yeah, good call.
Suit.
The shoulders are terrible. You know, his actual shoulders are a good 2 inches in of those. Double-breasted. Good Lord. It's vulgar. But everything about it's awful. Never be seen like that.
You've got quite a bit of clock there for his money, haven't he?
Eleanor says that Dangerfield, that is the most exciting thing I ever heard about Chewits. I'm not sure that there's been much competition, but I prasha kuka that, I tell you, all day long. I'm well chuffed. Look at his neck. Look at the way they've tried to hold his neck in with the collar. You want to be able to get 2 fingers in between your collar and your neck. I doubt you'll be able to get 2 pence down in between that. Look at it. Good Lord. Anyway, we all love Bowen. No need to... Brad says he's older than the Force. 22H is giving him 109. 45. Matthew T. Hello, Matthew T. 8 is 40. Looks like 2020's 80. It's a fair point, actually. Good call. Hang on. Well, I think I'm getting a bit confused. I did ask when did we think the show was made, but we've moved on to how old Bowen is. Because when Honey Monster says that's about 84, that's how old Bowen is. And the suit, you've got 2 in 1 there, but nothing in this game for 2 in a bed. Honey Monster, I served myself and I ate it. He's not even 9, says John. Mousecat, double-breasted, mid-80s. Mousecat, I reckon you've still got a couple up in that wardrobe. and they're cropped as well. They don't go down below your waistline. They've got that like cropped. Oy, oy, oy. I remember a very good friend of my mother and father's turned up our house with one of those suits with the cropped, and it was black, white, and grey fleck as well. And he had a perm. Yeah, he was like the full 80s. Oh, bless him. When we had our wake for my mother, his missus turned up, and she said that he couldn't make it because he's working. And he's a fireman. He's not anymore, but he goes round and does like consultation work. And he made a surprise visit, and I got a little tear in my eye because I used to really look up to him. You know, when your dad's mate's a fireman, and he used to run the marathon and things like that. I remember actually meeting him in Dartford. I'd had about a quarter ounce of base speed in me, and I started talking to him in the boozer, talking at him. He didn't get a word in edgeways. He even gave up his Friday night out. He went, "I've got to go, I'm going." And I went, "Yeah, I'll walk you home." I walked him home, talking at him all the way. Good 30-minute walk as well. And then walked back to the boozer, talking to myself, and carried on where I left off. Right, here we go. Let's get into this. Hang on, Mark says he is 56 in this episode. Is that based on actual research?
Yes, he's looked it up. He's looked up the episode. The episode is 93, and he was born in 37.
Kipper Sniffer says Bowen had just left college in this one. Mousecat has got a couple of those old mid-80s double-breasters. But fucking hell, Monkey in the mid-80s. Good Lord. I would have expected them to give you Maria Whittaker to put on your arm while you're at it for that kind of money. But I bet you look good, though, with that Barnet and all that jazz. What were you wearing? Fahrenheit. I bet it was Fahrenheit or Kuros. Fucking hell. Kuros. Dartford, just smelt of Kuros from about 85 to 88. There you go. It's episode 93 and he was born in 37. Keep him busy there, Mark. Cheeky Chops. Wrong show, but same era. Harry Enfield. Only Southerners understood loads of money because the North was still poor in the 80s. Anyway, run VT.
If you've won the pools, you've come up on the GGs, don't spend it all now.
Is it all right, people? Volumes and all good? It is, Eleanor, because it's got a very special scent in it, and that scent put it in any scent, and it will make them. It was Fahrenheit. I gotcha, but. Fahrenheit's held it's still a lovely scent. It really is. Anyway. Hello, Latus. I looked at doing 3, 2, 1 as a reaction. So boring. Yes, the very surreal clues are funny because no one knows what they're going on about. But you have to sit through so much rubbish. Awful. No, you're not. No. Amazing. Anglos all over the brew. Splash it all over. That was their tagline, wasn't it? What was it? Henry Cooper, wasn't it? Splash it all over. That little green bottle. Kuros.
Yeah, didn't they do the
Go on,
one denim?
Hey?
Denim.
Yeah, with the advert where the lady's fingernail, sexy red fingernail goes through the shirt, the denim shirt. Denim's still about.
I was wearing Paco Rabanne.
That's it. Someone mentioned Paco Rabanne in those days. Hello, mate. Old Dr. C. Lily's on the firm. Dupe. Yeah, nice.
Old Spice.
Compared to Mandom, my Mandom's nearly run out. My missus loves it. Mark, don't go saying what I wear nowadays, though, and I know you know because that's well undercover. Willow worked it out. by triangulating things I'd said on streams. He actually did as well. But keep that on the QT, please. Right, here we go. Let's play this. We've only got 41 seconds into it, and I've been streaming for 3/4 of an hour. Let's go.
Now, right, sit back, and I'll tell you what, let's see if our contestants are going to win the jackpot tonight. And speaking of jackpot, reminds me of crackpot, and here he is, Tony Green. How are you, Tony? What about you?
Speaking of jackpot, here's a crackpot. I mean, this stuff is gold.
Saturday night. Brilliant, isn't it? What about that? Magic. What do you think? Do you think we've got any winners with the...
Willow, I said that to Mrs. Me in it. I said that. I said it's because Fahrenheit's got a certain scent. Yeah, no more chat of all this lot. Let's get on to Bullseye.
Contestants tonight.
Well, there's one way of finding out, Jim.
How are we going to do that?
Let's play Bullseye.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. John Cross from Mansfield.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Right, let's just hang on. So I think the darts players are the three at the back because it looks like they've got their arrows in their hand. But the non-darts players are more colourful. I think we can agree on that much, can't we? The three at the front have gone for that weird 80s kind of patchwork. Off cuts.
The one on the far end has got a jockey's shirt on, but he's certainly not going to win a race on all, is he?
There you go. He's also got Bully almost standing on his head. But it's a weird, because they're wearing dart shirt. I had a dart shirt with Dangerfield written on the back and everything. And you know what I've done? Kept it for best. Lord knows where that is now. Someone give it to me for my birthday. Gutted.
John Cross from Mansfield. What do you do for a living, John?
Scientific officer with British Coal.
What does that involve exactly?
Talking like this to put people asleep.
Involves quality control of the coal that's coming off the water.
No, that's not a real person, man. That can't be.
Yeah, land. We've still got an industry there, have we?
Just.
You're ex-British Coal?
Yeah.
Not now?
No. Been finished 2 years.
Finished, well, you can't.
Oh, man. I love the North and I love Northerners, but there's like a melancholy about them. It clings to them like the smell of factories.
Came out, I suppose, just in time, really. So, but interesting second name, George By the Way.
Yeah.
So when people say, "Oh, by the way," have a good night.
Bowen made a joke that wasn't a joke. That's incredible. He went, "Your name's By the Way." So when people say "By the Way," do you go, "Oh, yeah, okay"? Amazing. The audience loved it as well. Bowen just told him he was all right. It's very subtle, but check it out. At the end, he goes, "You're all right." You know, just to relax him, let him know that he's taking the piss, but it's all in good humour. Just check it out. "You're all right," he says. Look.
Have a good night.
There we go.
Hello, Matt. Welcome down here to Nottingham. Lovely to see you. You're from Whitley Bay, Dev.
Yes.
Civil servant.
Yes.
Has your wife got a nickname for you?
Yeah, she calls me Victor Meldrew's apprentice.
Well, is that because you're a bit...
I moan about everything.
Really?
Yes.
Everything?
Virtually everything.
Virtually everything. Oh, dear. Mac from Newcastle.
Yeah.
He moved on rather sharpish there, didn't he? I think he took the hint. I moan about everything, and he was like, "Next." Look at Dave's face there. Look at the pursed lips. Look at that. He doesn't like Bowen on an unconscious level, whereas his mate Mac thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, nice to see you. You've travelled a long way to be with us. Not working at the moment, but you...
Yeah, the old earring, eh? Still wearing it now, isn't he? You know he is at home, 75.
You're a fair soccer player.
Well, I've been called worse.
How did you do? What was your goal record like? Any good?
Well, I've been told to say 1 goal in 8, yeah.
Hang on, did he just grass up the scripting of the show? He was a professional soccer player, that would be association football, And then he went, were you any good? And he went, well, I've been told to say 1 goal in 8 years. What is it? What? That's a bizarre. What a weird turnout.
Well, I've been told to say 1 goal in 8 years.
Well, you could play for England with a record like that, couldn't
Oh,
you? In fact, at the moment, Victor Meldrew could play for England, couldn't he? Have a good night with us. Thanks for coming down to see us. Have a good time. See you in a minute. Oh, well, yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
How are you, mate? Nice to see you. Hi, Mark. Nice to see you. From Peterborough. Who are you? And your neighbours?
No, mother and son.
Oh, I know about these neighbours. Why can I not have neighbours like you? Tell us about the phone.
What? Based on nothing. It's amazing. Oh, why can't I have neighbours like you? What, people? Amazing.
Cool.
Well, I was in bed one morning asleep when I was off duty, and the phone rang.
I hope so.
And woke me up. So I ran downstairs to the phone and missed the last 2 steps, and broke my ankle and my left ankle and the toes on my right foot, and still managed to sort of half stand up, get to the phone. And when I answered it was a heavy breather.
Bowen looked gutted then because he realised it was him and he wants to quickly move on. I wonder if, come on people in the chat, is Bowen going to make some kind of joke that it was him? He must have a heavy breather joke planned. He must. Here we go.
See, look at what you could have won there.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, brilliant. Look what you could have won there. He made his own gag. Oi, I've got some. I'll tell you what. Funny you should say that. I've got a very nice one, in fact. Girlfriend's nicked it. Oh, no, she hasn't. Oh, no, she hasn't.
Nothing.
Now, right, so anyone who knows their scents, such as, where's it gone? Foxing Ban. Santal 33 is a scent made by Le Labo. And Le Labo are very, very cool scent manufacturers. The problem is, Santal 33 became so popular. It's starting to rain here, that's why I'm shouting, sorry. Became so popular that you couldn't get away from it. Everyone wore it, and in the entrance halls of restaurants and like the Groucho Club and I think the Dean Street Townhouse, they had it like pumped into the bar. And that is my Le Labo initialed CD. You might not be able to see that. Look at that. For you unswitch it like that, it sort of opens up. And there's the solid perfume. And you sort of put a couple of things, you give it a bit of fingering like that. Oh, it is good though. And I've got a couple of refills for it in the fridge. I've got to keep it in the fridge or it melts. But the thing is, you couldn't wear it in London when I was living there because every fucker had it. And then you get the second wave and everyone's like, oh, come on, man, don't wear that. But when I come out to Cambodia, I thought no one knows Santal 33. I can absolutely be the only one. Anyway, back. Not a monsoon. I won't be able to hear anything. Here we go.
Give a round of applause. Excellent. Well done. Really good. Excellent. Nice one.
Right, on with the crew.
Good consensus, aren't we? All right, sir. Excellent.
Let me see if I can get my cans working.
Right, over there we have the dart.
Sound's gone, Chris. Mute we. Sound's gone. I can't hear you. Oh. Can the chat hear you? I can't. I can't hear that. Yeah, chat saying can't hear. Well, what Chris has done is plugged his headphones in and fucked it all up. I think. I'll tell him in the chat.
Right, over there we have the darters, and over there we have the people who are going to answer the question. Okay. Just remind you at home, questions in the first round are worth £30 each. Let's get on with the game.
I'll wait till he can. I think he can hear me, and then I'll tell him. Try to get the Ouija board out. You know. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, hello everyone. What should we talk about now? Matey boy at the back there is the pale blue flat looking cool with his casual jumper on. Why does Wolfie splash seawater on his knackers? I don't know. Shit's happening. We can see that, Chris. Yeah. It's the professional audio format content that keeps us all hooked for more. Yeah, it is. John. No, it's just me. If he turns up somewhere else, let me know, wouldn't you? Are you still on with the perfume stuff? Hey, Willow, if you're here, tell us what he wears while he's not looking. Unfortunately, Press Drop, I haven't got a guitar. Which is, well, because I can't play one. No, John, my boy did not beat me at karting. I made damn sure of that.
Packer, can you hear me, mate?
I can now, yeah. As soon as you plugged your headphones in or whatever it was you did, the audio went out for you and Jim Bowen. Came back briefly.
Jim Bowen's amazing, his full name. James Bowen. Listen, people, I'm so sorry about that. I know if I hadn't have done that, though, it would have been because I can't hear anything. But now it's all lovely. Yeah. Creed's lovely, but it's so ridiculously expensive. You can get 3 whores for that. Sorry. That's what someone told me once. Right, here we go. Let's get back to it. So where were we? We'll just run it from here. Over here we have the darters. Over there we have the varters. Lovely. Oh, look at that. Danger. Packer held the fault like a legend. That's why we have him.
I sat here and grinned like an idiot.
No, I could hear you. No, see, this is me and you are gonna have to have words about this. Oh, Packer sent me a private message that I've just opened. We can't hear you. I don't know why I found that so funny. Right, here we go, people. It's the multicoloured, it's the multicultural question, non-darts players. What do they call them? The non-professionals or something. Pressure Drop said Bowen's ghost takes no shit. Foxin Band says it's common as muck, but a lot like Dior Sauvage. Do you mean you like Dior Sauvage a lot? Look at this. Look, Willow's trading scents. Willow has about, I think it's 300 different scents or something. He's a bit of a collector. She loves your grin, Packer.
Thanks, Sheila.
At the moment, he's wearing Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb. Right, come on, Bowen. I'm sorry, Britain is no longer there. You'll have to pick a different one. Go on, son. It's a political joke. Right, people, what is it? The Welsh Festival of Arts and Crafts. Pags would know, Lartus knows. Look at Willow, he has the 2 most expensive scents going. I've still got that Sandow 33 on my finger. Lartus reckons it's Eisteddford. Let's have a look. He got it. Lartus knew it. You didn't need to. I didn't know how to read it, but between us, the bloke on the screen got it. Yay! Welsh is hard to pronounce, joke. That geezer is proper miserable, though, isn't he? Let's just have a look at that again. Look, every time you pause him, he looks like he's just been told he's getting divorced. Look, every time. Look. Well, not there, he don't. Go on, get it into Bowen's forehead. That's the way to do it at this stage. It ain't, actually. The way to do it at this stage is to get it what the bloke asked, but never mind. Oh, well done, Bowen, pretending he could see it. It's great stuff.
I can't see what you're seeing.
Oh, I'm not even sharing it. Why? I've really fucked this up, haven't I? Because I'm not sharing it. So sorry, people.
Well, just so you know, because the chat, it don't matter. The chat's having a whale of a time.
Well, that's the main thing, actually. But now I know what's going to happen. My headphones are going to stop working. Mike's going to go. Right. This is my favourite part. Right. We'll just let it roll from here. I didn't say anything. There wasn't much happened. Otto wants to start again. I don't know about that. Here we go.
No problem. Mary, for Mark.
Actually, you've got to see Bully spelling biscuit, because that was an amazing little bit of acting. And also, so the geezer went for the bullseye. He thought, I'll show him. So actually, and Jim Bowen tries to like soften the blow by saying that's the way to do it at this stage. Look at her. Can you see that old dear there? She's rocking back. Hilarious. Isn't that? What an amazing skill to be able to make people laugh. You forget all your problems and you just have a little laugh. Or a massive, on the verge of a cardiac arrest laugh in her case. Anyway, it is worth taking it back a little bit. Here we go.
Well, he went for bullseye. It's spelling, and it's still there, Jim.
Still there, fortunately. That's the way to do it at this stage. So no bonus there, but not a problem, Dave. Spelling. Please spell biscuit.
It's quite amazing that in the mid-80s that it's a question on a quiz. Spell biscuit. I mean, spell hello. Anyway.
B-I-S-C-U-I-T.
Let me check it with Bully. B-I-S-C-U-I-T. It's correct, sir. Gives you £30.
There you go.
Mary, for Mark.
Well,
Faces, please.
All right, my love. Faces, Mark.
Yes, 30.
£30 you have. For another £30, Mary, first go to you with this.
Sunrise early in the morning. Now he's dead. Is he dead? He went to prison for touching, and now he's dead.
I think he did cark it recently. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that. Look, LOA1 Robot 3. It is a bullseye. It's no, I'm not going there. Let's go.
Who is that?
Rolf Harris.
Rolf Harris, that's right.
I hope Bowen says something accidentally inappropriate about Bowen. Hello, 322 Messenger. Nice to see thee. Sheila was shocked. Rags wants to know if we are playing Spot the Hood. Here we go. Nice to see you, Rags. Looking after the stream, I hope. Always problems.
He topped the charts. You've got your money. He topped the charts with Led Zeppelin's "Stairway to Heaven." And can you imagine doing Jake the Peg?
Yeah, I think he went down the stairs when it comes to it, to be honest with you.
There we are. At the end of that round, well, 60 for George and John, 60 for Mark and Mary. We move on to round 2 in game 1. Questions worth £50 each. A little more difficult. Categories disappearing. Choose a category, John. Here we go.
I just imagine, like, when you make TV shows, you get a brief. You get a budget, and then you write a treatment. So the little crew would have sat around, the production team would have sat around and said, we need something new and exciting. We need something fresh. We need something that's like, to reflect the 80s. People, fast cars, fast women. This is the time of Linda Lasardi and big hair, white stilettos, nightclubs in Essex. And they said, and then someone went, darts. And they went for it. They went, some people answer questions and then other people play darts. I mean, it's so dull. It's incredible. And obviously, strangely, it's gone full circle, and it's just, I can't take the bloody eyes off it.
I think it was Southern metropolitan people's attempt to make television for Northerners, having never actually met.
I don't know if that's just me, but you seem to be breaking up a bit there, Packer.
I'm sorry, it's probably
that's
my
better.
shitty speaker of me. Yeah, I think it's soft Southerners' attempts to make television for the Northerners when they've never even met one.
Well, as
Why
I
it's so
was
bizarre.
saying that, I think darts is it certainly was one of the most popular spectator sports. And so if people like darts, to watch it, and if people like a quiz, put them together, you can't go wrong, can you? Run for 21 years. But good Lord, it's tame.
It's a little more difficult. Categories disappearing. Choose a category, John. Here we go.
Showbiz, please.
Right, come on, George. Showbiz.
Yes, 50.
For a further 50, John. Who were the two male stars of the film Rain Man?
Rolf Harris and Jimmy Savile. Come on, people. Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise?
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. There you go. Let's see what he says. He looks confident. His hairdresser looks confident as well.
Dustin Hoffman and Richard Gere.
You've got a light on, Dave. You've been given. Speak to me.
Dustin
Every time. Look at him.
Hoffman and Tom Cruise.
Is right.
Nailed it.
And not Michael Fish. Absolutely right. You've got £50 bonus. Well played. And it's your turn.
So for people who don't know, that's no one who's from England. But there was Michael Fish was a famous BBC One weatherman, and he's doing the weather one night in October. I can't remember the year.
87, I think.
It was 87. Okay, so this has got to be about 88. VAR. Did you hear the VAR? Packer? Did you hear the VAR? We can't have it always. Anglo says, aren't they bringing it back with Paddy McGuinness as host? Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look. Bullseye's back with a very famous face as its host, and that was only 3 days ago.
Oh, well, this is going to blow up now, this stream.
I've absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, you've...
Well, hang on a minute. Let me see. Oh, I won't try and do anything. Hang on, it says this show was crying out for Paddy McGuinness or Peter Kay, but I don't think it's either of those. Let's see if they're... I'm not going to try and show you this because I'll fuck it all up again.
I reckon it's Paddy McGuinness.
It looks like they're trying to do a parody of it, like they're giving away speedboats and that. But let's just see who the famous face is.
Is that right, Eleanor?
Does anyone know who's actually presenting it?
Eleanor knows, and I'm not doubting Eleanor for a second. Why would you?
Let's see if anyone in there... There's people talking in the comments, but no one's saying it. Ellie, who is it? Who is it, Packer? Tell us who it is.
Eleanor says it's Flintoff. Freddie Flintoff.
It is, yeah. Someone here says, I'll just watch for Freddie. I love him. Yeah, I don't think... He's a bit of a prick. Sorry, I'm not my cup of tea, Freddie Flintoff. Yeah, JP has agreed with that. And then he's made a little joke with the name as well. Okay. Yeah, good call, Anglo. When I searched it, that news was only 3 days ago, so incredible. Let's roll VT. Hang on, people.
Tonight, haven't we?
What's that, son?
I said we've got some researchers on the team tonight.
We certainly have. It's lovely. It's lovely. That's how it works. I don't know what that means. I've just moved my QR code over. Right, are we still good to go? We're still ready to play. Let's go. Full size screen, if you don't mind. Roll VT.
And there.
Could I have books, please?
We'll do our best for you. See how Mac does. Books, Mac.
Well, he went for bull again, and it's sport, and the subject's...
Your shit. So he's got his tactic just to hit the ball. They've done the maths, haven't they? They've sat at home and they've said, look, just always go for the ball. You've only got to get one. I get the question right. That doubles it. That's 200 points. We've watched 20 shows and the average is less than that. So you've only got to hit the ball once and I get the question right. And so far, so not so good.
Still there.
Which Romanian gymnast was the first to record a perfect score of 10 in international competition?
No.
He knows it. He knows it. He was straight with it. I know he knows it because he didn't pause. Let me take it back and watch again. Anyone know? Anyone in the chat know? Perfect 10.
Nadia something, wasn't
he? He did start with an N by the sounds of it, but he might have said Nadia Comaneci. Olga commented. No, I agree with you, Anglo, but I just don't think he's for Bullseye. But who knows? Hello, Auntie X. Willow wants me to repeat the question. It's not Buffalo Soldier. Good. That's a great call, John. Great stuff. Here we go.
To record a perfect score of 10 in international competition.
Nadia Comaneci.
Excellent answer. Well done, sir. £50. You've got good man. We move on. Mary for...
Excellent answer. You've got good man. Weird cadence there.
Mark.
Books, please.
Books we'd like, Mark.
Yes, 50.
Who wrote Swallows and Amazons?
Arthur Ransom.
Excellent. Well done. Gives us...
I wouldn't have known that. Not my thing. I don't like those posh kids stories. They made me feel like I was poor.
The scores at the end of round two, well, you're in the lead. Mark and Mary with £160. We move on to round three, where the questions are worth £100 each. They are a little more difficult. And, of course, the categories widely split now. We've got left places, affairs, history and words. Let's play Bullseye. John, choose for George.
Affairs, please, Jim.
Affairs, please, George.
Yes, 50.
£50 you have. George. For a further £100, John, which ANC activist was murdered in South Africa in April 1993?
I don't know, Jim.
Thingy's wife. The communist... yeah, that's my missus on the blower. Give us a second. The communist terrorist's wife. Hello, my love.
Hello.
Darling, I'm doing YouTube.
He answered the phone and said, hello, my love.
I'm doing YouTube.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Oh. I'll cut her off. I can't do that. I'll get in. I've got to let her know. Love you.
I love you.
Good. Bye. Right. Where are we? What's going on? What planet am I on? Right. So what have we got here? We've got Smarty Pants Specs, Biko, Blackie McTavish, Desmond Tutu, Steve Biko, Biko, Chris Annie, YouTube. I can't believe I just fell for that. Unbelievable. There goes the channel. It's a good call, though, Otto. I'm not reading John's out. Rags is going with me. And Dr. John C. Lilly is going with Da. Let's see.
Thank you for saving us time. The lights are on. Well, the opportune light's on, but none of you are taking advantage. In fact, I'll tell you, it's Chris Harney.
Oh, my life. Who got that? Hang on. Someone got it. I've never heard of it. Good call, Mike Edwards. That's 100. That's £100. As soon as that gets in the super chat, we'll have an IOU on that. Don't hold your breath, though. Hello, Spanish chicken. How are you, son? Biko. If anyone can tell anyone why I'm singing that, Latus would have thought Biko as well. Baz is on the firm. Otto says we're dumb now. Anglo is congratulating Mike. It's an incredible feeling when we're playing Bullseye together. John says Mike Edwards just won a speedboat. Sutton nailed it. Absolutely. Good call, Sutton. Mike's over the moon with his speedboat. Brilliant. Not
he hasn't
Sergeant
really
Bilbo.
won a mini metro.
Oi, Packer, do you reckon they ever swapped the prizes?
Yeah, of course they fucking did. Yeah, the speedboat was there for if they lost.
Absolutely.
And then if they won,
they fucking did. Do you reckon they did?
Yeah, get the metro.
Chris Annie, 42 to 93. It would have been in the news at the time. But you did you answer it correctly, Lars? Did you say Chris Annie, Lars? I apologise if I'd have missed that. I thought you said I would have thought Biko. It's a good call.
How many metros or whatever cruddy little cars to speedboats did they give away?
Well, I'd have to have a look at the statistics, Packer, and
Yeah.
I'll certainly get that done before we do it again, okay?
Chris Harney. Okay, but for £100, not a many giveaways at this level.
I thought that was rhyming slang for a sarnie.
Dave for Mike.
Could I have words, please, Jim?
Yes, sir. Words.
It ain't words you want, mate. It's some Prozac. He's in the damn bully! He's in the bullseye! He's paid off! I can't bloody believe it! After all that, even though they're winning at 330, look, he's actually smiling, moan miserable about everything. No way the unloved Otto of Bullseye is actually smiling. And his mate, I can't believe this paid off. He missed it. He missed it again, but they've done it. They looked at the numbers. They looked at the averages. They worked out the probabilities. They're going home with a fucking speedboat. I can't believe it. Amazing. I can't believe it. Look at Gutted on the left. Look at him, the old tongue sticking out. Look at her on the right. Look, there be no speedboating up the Thames for you, darling. If he gets his... is he on for 400 quid here? It's the most... That's gonna... They're going to have no money to pay for the next episode if they give this kind of lucre away. This is ridiculous. We've got to have it again. It's been the most exciting... It's just amazing. He loves it. We've got. Look! See, look what he was like before. It's amazing what a bit of Wonga does. Also, people, note the slight sort of tick on the darts player's face. We've all seen it, but I've only chosen to mention it now. Before he throws the dart, his top lip sort of edges over a little bit. This is incredible. Here we go, right? Go to the mood you were in before this fantastic moment in TV history. Here we go.
Please, Jim.
Yes, sir.
We've got to go back a bit further than that. Build it up. Look, they were losing. They were out. It was BFH for them. You got your BFH, your Bus Pharaoh. You got your bully tankards. The woman get a different one, didn't she? You got your bully tankard, your wife's got a bully wine glass. They were losing. This was it. It was the final countdown. This was the last chance saloon, which is ironic since they're playing darts, because the darts ball's always in the saloon bar, if you think about it. Here we go. Check it. I'm going to go crazy again. I know it. I can feel it.
Not a many giveaways at this level. Dave.
Oh, look, Bowen even built it up. Not many giveaways at this level. No, you got to play for it. They played the odds. They've done it. This is like the Monty Hall puzzle all over again. What door do you want to open? Bullseye. Let's go. It's the name of the bloody show as well. I forgot. It was the name of the show. Bullseye. And he called it and he played it. I love it so much. Let's go.
For Mike.
Could I have words, please, Jim?
Yes, sir. Words.
It's not the top lip of this one. I've gone back so far. Oh, there he is. Look, see the little lip there? There you go. It's all about to happen, people. It is about to go off. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Bullseye 81. Let's go.
That's a bullseye!
Yeah! Hang on. I'm sorry. I do apologise. I just want to hear the timpani. Now, just in case you don't know, a timpani is an orchestral percussion instrument. It's like a big round drum. Really, it's about 3 foot wide. Well, there's different sizes. We'll say about 2.5 foot. But a timpani's got a pedal on it. So when you bang it, so boom, 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 like at the start of Space Odyssey music. But if you push the pedal, it tightens the skin. So if you just hit the timpani and go boom, and then hit the pedal, it goes boom, and they do it. Listen, they drop it in. It's just incredible. As soon as there's a weird little pause where no one knows what's happening and what no one's ever done it before. But then check it out. Go boom. Here we go.
Words.
Listen out for the timpani.
That's a bullseye!
Yay! Look at two gutters run over the moon. Look at them. Look at them. The other two. No, it's over. Sorry about that, John. Even as I said it, I didn't know how to feel. Look at the ones either side. Look, you're going home. BFH tankard. The one in the middle, he's thinking he's going to get an holiday in Benidorm on his own. Can't afford to take the wife. Here we go. Let's see the magic continue to unfold. I hope they go all the way.
Greg, will you just stop the smiling, please? Because your wife will start to think you're enjoying this. Well done.
Another no joke. This is amazing.
Here we go for a further £100 now, Dave. We'll get nice and serious for you now. The ancient Egyptian.
Hang on. He only gets a 1, He doesn't get. Nah, that's not so good. Sorry, I'll take it back a bit.
Here we go for a further £100 now, Dave. We'll get nice and serious for you now. The ancient Egyptians used a water plant to make a kind of writing paper. What was the plant called?
Papyrus.
Papyrus gives you a further...
Yeah, man, I used papyrus in Whatever Happened to Hunting, which is one of my stories you can find on my Substack, because I'm a writer. Top link in the description. It's totally free for the time being. I've got about 20 people pledged. On Substack, you can pledge, which says, I will pay £5 a month if you want to charge. So, I keep saying it's free. might not be for much longer. Anyway, if any of the people who've pledged are in the chat, that's very kind of you. I probably won't take it up. That's a lie. I probably will. But thank you for doing that. It is encouraging, if you're saying you're happy to pay a £5 a month to read my shorts, that's lovely. Here we go.
The £100. Well done. We move on. Mary for Mark.
It's all over, really. Let's be honest. It's all written all over a boat as well.
History, please.
History, Mark.
Yeah, you are. Your place in this quiz show is history.
Yes, 50.
£50 you have. Good darts. For a further £100, Mary, during World War II, after the Franco-German armistice, Marshal Pétain set up a regime which can...
Right, come on, people. I mean, I haven't got a clue. The keys to the kingdom likes a bit of that next door neighbour from the 80s look. That's amazing.
She's a bit neighbours, isn't she? She's a bit.
She is. I can give you. Yeah, she could play Daphne. Does anyone know the answer? Hello, Floella. Nice to see thee. No tap. Vichy. Sutton's going for Vichy. Let's see.
Controlled unoccupied France and its colonies. What was that regime called?
Hang on, I think I interrupted the question too much. I don't even know whether it's a person or what.
Colonies.
Hang on.
Set up a regime which controlled
Fucking hell, it's the longest question ever.
Marshal Pétain set up a regime which controlled unoccupied France and its colonies. What was that regime called?
It is Vichy. She hasn't got a Danny.
Marshal Pétain.
Oh, she might have, but Bully's telling her she ain't got long left. Look, he's put his head in the screen. Bully would tap. Look, he already is. I wonder what his hands are doing.
No, I don't know.
Right, you're out of time. All three.
He's gone for it.
It can give you £100, John. You could do with it. Vichy.
You could do with it. Look at that Barnet. That's just incredible.
Lego hair, isn't it? That?
That's a hat, isn't it, Packer?
It's Lego hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Good man. The Vichy government gets you a £100 bonus. Whoa, well played. Excellent. Really good. At the end of game one tonight, well, there we are. We've got Mary and Mark with £210, £260, John and George, but in the lead at the moment, it's Mac and Dave. All right, we move on to game two here.
Notice he didn't say how much they're winning by, because it would have the half asleep audience of old age pensioners would realise it's kind of game over. But don't worry, people. The further rounds get very exciting.
3 dart players competing 3 rounds of darts against each other to win for the partner's questions, and the value of the question is pounds for point. It's over to Tony.
Okay, George, first round. 20. 20.
Mark up.
And 20, 60. Assistant. Okay, Mac, 60. 20.
Mark up.
3. And 3, 26.
He went for that treble 19, didn't he? Because he put that first dart in the way of the treble 60. I know the rules of the game.
Score to beat, Mark is 60. 20. 20.
Come on, son.
And 20. We have a tie, Jim, on 60 with George and Mark.
Okay. Before I ask you this question, just for the viewers at home, we've had a lot of people stop us in the street, Tony and I, over the years and said, why does Tony say the score after each dart? They think it...
How many people have asked him and Tony why they do that? None or none?
Puts the dart players off. In fact, the boys and girls here are used to it. The reason we do it is because we've got a lot of viewers.
The boys and girls on the same show that they put Rolf Harris's face on the screen for 20 seconds.
Whose eyesight is perhaps not quite as good as ours, and they can't pick out the scores. So Tony's telling them the story of the game as we go along. So we hope that you all...
Hang on. I apologise for interrupting this absolute tosh. Bowen is speaking now. So I'm not going to say a word, people here. Anglo says that I was playing darts in my local in Stoke when my Mrs. Waters broke with our first... Thank you. I don't like the phrase Waters broke. I mean, it's lovely to have children and that, but I don't really know what it is. Anyway. Can we listen to this ridiculous explanation? I think he even says that the audience can't see properly. They haven't all got Bowen's 9mm thick glasses. That's why. Right, here we go. Let's see.
We've had a lot of people stop us in the street, Tony and I, over the years and said, why does Tony say the score after each dart? They think it puts the dart players off. In fact, the boys and girls here are used to it. The reason we do it is because we've got a lot of viewers whose eyesight is perhaps not quite as good as ours, and they can't pick out the scores. So Tony's telling them the story of the game as we go along. So we hope that you all forgive us and make allowances for that when Tony calls the scores. Right, here's the question.
You know what? There's something actually really sweet about that. You ain't getting that in any modern TV show. They would that it's just too expensive to use, like, what, 15 seconds to explain something that's got no excitement, nothing. To tell them the story of the quiz is an incredible thing to say. That was amazing. And it's got that sort of innocence of the 80s. You know, you don't feel like you're just being corporately buggered. Anyway, let's get back to the story of the quiz.
And we're speaking now to John and Mary, and it's fingers on buzzers. As soon as you know the answer, press your buzzer. I'll come to you and it will give you £60. Which Christian, evangelical and social reform organisation was founded by William Booth?
Christian Aid.
John.
Salvation Army.
Salvation Army gives you £60. Still in the lead, £430, Dave and Mac.
I used to live with a bloke who was the Salvation Army. He was in the Salvation Army, and he used to come home with a big cardboard box of all the best stuff that had been donated, and he'd brag about it. He'd be like, "Oh look, I got this lovely mince pie, and I got this, and I got that." We all hated him. He was a bit slow, shall we say? And when he moved out, his dad came, and they got half of their stuff and drove off. And they said they'd come back in about an hour to get the rest. And I dressed up in his Salvation Army costume and put his toothbrush in my arse. And one of the other geezers in the house took a photo of my arse with his toothbrush in it on his camera. You got to remember, it's not iPhone. So when he got those photos, printed. Anyway, let's get on with the story of Bullseye.
Back to Tony.
Okay, George, round 2. That's 20. 1. And 20. 41. There you are, Mac. 41. Treble 5. Treble 20.
Nice.
Another 20 gives you 95. Well played. That's the score, Mark. 95. 5. Treble 19.
Nice.
And 3. Unlucky. 65, but it's 95 to Mac, who takes the second round, Jim.
Thank you, Tony. Dave, you're not completely home and dry yet, but you could be after this question.
Yes, they are.
It's worth £95 to Dave. Which pioneer British travel agent introduced traveller's checks in the early 1870s?
I already said it. Thomas Cook, isn't it?
Thomas Cook gives you £95 and increases your lead, sir, to £525. Back to Tony.
Okay, George, final round. It's treble 5. 20. And 19. That gives you 54. Okay, Mac, 54. 20. Treble 1. And 20. 43. Score to beat, Mark, 54.
Now, before we move on, Sheila has pointed out that some women eat their placenta. Now, I know what a placenta is. Now, in the wild, when a woman gives birth, you know, back in the day, when I say in the wild, I don't mean like Dartford or Tilbury or anything, but it comes out, it's like the sack that the baby was in, and it's absolutely loaded with vitamins and nutrients. And the woman, a lot of women I know, because I'll tell you why I've asked them, they say, no, I'm fucked if I'm going to do that. But once they've had the baby, they get like a hormonal craving to actually eat it. Now, do you remember a TV like science show? Someone in the chat.
Well, obviously sat on the sofa going, no, she just walked in with a pizza.
Well,
sat on the sofa gone, no.
Well, Floella, there you go. If anyone can remember what the name of the show was, Dr. Miriam Stoppard was one of the presenters. And famously, after she gave birth, she got them to put a placenta in a carrier bag, took it home, fried it up and ate it.
Yeah, animals do it.
There you go. JP said he had a mate whose dad ate it. I mean, that's just a bit greedy, isn't it? Go on, Packer. Animals do it, do they?
Yeah, keep goats when I was a kid, and goats do it. Goats will eat it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a mammal
Willow
thing. I think
it's full of baby poo, but I don't think babies eat and poo while they're in the womb, do they?
No, they don't poo till they come out. The first one.
Mike Edwards says that's what I get after I've picked my nose. Interesting. But hello, Baz. Western women used to bury the placenta. Okay, in the dark days.
Probably
Interesting.
good fertilizer.
Yeah, but it is a thing. Eleanor says a school friend, her baby was born in the translucent sack. It all makes me sick. Oh, I mean, you know. Oh, I reckon it'd be lovely to see a baby being born. I think that'd be a lovely thing. Although Baring said to me, he said, Baring's missus is fucking beautiful. Old Sugar Tits is a beautiful woman. And he saw her give birth for their first baby. And he said it was like watching his favourite boozer getting burnt down. Different blokes for different jokes, I suppose. Horses for courses. It wasn't Tomorrow's World 322. It was the ITV's version of it. Does anyone know what it was called? I think it had a Jean-Michel Jarre soundtrack, or certainly a Jean-Michel Jarre sound alike.
It's 25. 5.
They've all given up now, haven't they, the others?
And 20, which gives you 50. So with 54, George takes the final round, Jim.
Oh, Spanish Chicken says, amazing how the flange stretches that far. I mean, I don't like that because at the moment, my missus, it's like a dear little keyhole. And she wants like 4 kids. Jesus, man. Her sister's just had her 5th kid. And his head's about like a football. Fucking hell. I have enough trouble getting I have enough trouble getting that in, let alone getting an head out. Equinox. Is that Equinox? So they all sound the same, don't they? That I was about to say, is it Oxygen? Because that's the only other one I know. Do you remember when Jean-Michel Jarre put on a show at Docklands, and the big thing about it was the whole of England watched it. He played a laser keyboard, didn't he?
Yeah, I watched it from my brother's balcony in his flat in Wanstead.
Oh, you watched it live?
Yeah, it was over there. It was way over there, but yeah.
Was it at the? I know. No, I'm confusing it. Something else. Yeah, Jean-Michel Jarre. It's kind of like commercial. Who am I thinking of? They done Le Parc. They done Sex on a Train.
Cool,
that's a great movie. Tangerine Dream. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh,
great band actually. Oh, Equinox was the program. Okay.
Ah,
that was it. No, Lartis is all over it. The theme music for the popular British television science show Don't Ask Me, that's it, on ITV, which aired from 1974 to 1978, was House of the King by Dutch prog rock band Focus. Let's check it out. House of the King.
Did you just know that, Lumi, or have you looked that up?
He says he put wiki on it. Focus, what they call. I went to a rehab called Focus. Best rehab I ever went to. Hang on, what's going on here? It was like Enya with music. Oi, Eleanor says, I don't understand all this bring the father in the room so he too can be utterly traumatized. No. Eleanor, I know, most of the blokes I've talked to were in the room. They were on the old laughing gas, so, no dramas there. I said to Mummy,
I watched my daughter being born. It was amazing. It was traumatic because she was the wrong way around, but it was still pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm only guessing, obviously, at this stage. I said to my missus, because she wants 4. Fucking hell, man, I'm going to be about 90 when the 4th one's born. And
I've
I
had
said,
two, Chris. I've got two. I've got stories to tell you, but I'm going to wait till after you've had one because it ain't fair otherwise.
oh, that's almost a threat, actually, Packer. But I said to my missus, I'll be there for all the children's births, but I'm going to stay up the top end. I ain't going to get anywhere. I'm not going past the breasts, as it were. What are we doing? Bullseye.
John, it's worth £54 to you, sir. What type of music is showcased at the Grand Ole Opry in Tennessee?
Country and Western.
Country and Western, sir. Gives you £54 and
That's not one type of music. That's two. Country and Western. Yeah. What's the film? Huh?
It's both types of music.
That's it. What's the movie?
Blues Brothers.
There you go.
a total of 374, which gives us Mark and Mary with £210, George and John with £374, but our winners tonight, Mac and Dave with £525. Well played.
I think that's the most money I've ever seen anyone win on this show.
Which means, sadly, we've got to say cheerio to Mark and Mary and to...
Now, people, don't get too sad that these other two are leaving, because on the last one, they both come back on because they have to gamble later. And if they don't gamble, so that the show remains its length, they bring the failures back on. And last time, they got the people who totally lost, didn't they? And didn't they win in the end? It was a beautiful turnaround. Anglo says... Beautiful thing seeing your missus giving birth, Chris. Yeah, I think so. It's got to be. It's like you've had a child with the woman you love. Fucking amazing. Yes, there's obviously going to be some things that aren't necessarily that pleasant, but hang on a minute. You've just made a human life with someone you love. I can't understand why. No, man, that's got to be wonderful. Keys to the Kingdom says country and incest. JP reckons they're not gambling. What? Because they've got a monkey. That's interesting. That's we'll see if we'll see what happens. Okay.
John.
The grift is still open, people. Should you wish?
Here you come. Well played. Very well played. Come on, love. Here you come. Well played. Well, yeah, you did well. You all did well. None of you disgrace yourself. £200, £210.
If it needs saying, none of you disgrace yourself. Look how gutted they are. Look at the way she's looking at him. Look, your darts were shit. You were shit. That is contempt. That is contempt. If you went to someone's wedding and someone took some photos and that was you and your missus, you'd look at that and think, that's a divorce waiting to happen. Look,
look at his face though. He won't look at her because he knows his life's over.
Yeah, and he looks like Jeff Dahmer, which he may well be second serial killer on the show, but she doesn't like him. She doesn't like him at all.
There for you.
Oh my God! Hang on. So we get exactly, Otto. John says she beat him up that night. But listen, people. Not only does she look at him with utter contempt. Now I have to say that micro expression isn't actually contempt, but it is contemptuous. But watch the breath afterwards. She inhales, and it's not a comforting thing. It's her not wanting to say something. She actually, her face says it all. But check out the slight. Anglo says she's terrified. He's terrified. Bless him. Mike says she'll be getting banged round the back of the boozer with a real darts player. You people are on fire tonight. Bless the scrubs. Right, watch her sharp intake of breath after she's got the death stare on. Check it. It's very subtle, but it's there.
Oh, you did well. You all did well. None of you disgrace yourself. £200, £210 there for you. Both of you. All right, spending it on chasing spiders and doing whatever. Put it in the mortgage. All right. And 374 for George and John. But I would please stick around because they're going to have to make a very difficult decision in about 12 minutes. We'd like you not to make any difficult decisions because they'll all be answered for you in 2 minutes. I'm going to count some money out now. Back in 2 minutes. Don't you dare not be late.
Absolute ramble. Right, people, what do we think? Are the people that have got the nearly 600 notes, are they gonna gamble? Are they gonna gamble and let it, or are they gonna take the money?
I reckon they'll take the money. I'm just going with what the people are saying because I never watched this show, so I got works.
It's quite a lot of money for Bullseye. Right, let's see. Let's hope there's no ads.
Of the bronze bullet is throwing for charity. Well, to start.
This is where they get a celebrity darts player in, but not Eric Bristow or Jockey Wilson or anyone you actually know. I'll tell you what, though, I once met Keith Deller. Do you remember Keith Deller? My first girlfriend thought he was the funniest bloke alive because he was Keith Deller, and that's enough. And years later, like I split up with a big mistake. We would have been perfect. And years later, I met him in a boozer, and I said, "Are you Keith Deller?" And he went, "Yeah, why?" All right, sorry, I only wanted to say well done for the darts. Anyway, so I'd be interested. Anglo says that 500 notes in those days was worth $1 million. Well, certainly there has been some inflation. I think you're right, actually. Probably. So if this is 87, a monkey today has got to be, I reckon that's probably 10 times. That's probably like $5,000, isn't it?
Yeah, and don't forget, this is back in the day before Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, when game shows were shit. I mean, blankety got fucking 10. Guys, it was prime time viewing, wasn't it?
Your microphone ain't working again, mate.
Oh, never mind.
It is, but you don't talk into it or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's my shitty laptop. I'll have to get a proper microphone. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's back in the day before Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This was good money for a game show, wasn't it?
Yeah, I reckon it was. Like you say, I reckon that's about 5 bags in today's money. Mousecat loves these type of streams. Nice one, Mousecat. I do too as well, I must admit. It's just a bit of a laugh, isn't it? And we need a bit of a laugh. Eleanor reckons 500 was a good whack. There you go. Let's see if I missed one. I think I missed one.
It up.
What? Eleanor's done the maths, has she?
Floella says
525
in 87 is the equivalent of purchasing power to about 1,850. 74 pence.
My gosh, that's not anywhere near. Are you sure?
Some website. Oh.
That seems really low to me. Hang on. I'm not saying you're wrong. It seems really low. Well, what did you search? Inflation calculator or something?
Well, that's kind of what I was saying. This is before Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I mean, what shows were giving away big prizes? What were the big prizes back in them days?
Ask the Scrubs. I can't think.
On the game.
It would have been a Saturday afternoon, I imagine.
Yeah, what were you getting elsewhere?
I don't know. My family just done this, really. We just sat there taking the piss out of them all. Or me and Mark.
You went on Generation Game, you won a load of old tat, didn't you? Or maybe a cut glass decanter.
So £500 in January 87.
Strike It Lucky was a few grand odd. I didn't watch any of these.
Oh, Strike It Lucky though. I mean, I don't think Barrymore had anything to do with that geezer's death. I think that was awful what happened to Barrymore. But he was a light entertainment genius, Michael Barrymore. So according to this one, yeah, $2,000. This one says just short of $2,000. Oh, that is interesting. Anglo's first job, YTS butcher, 30 quid. Yeah, the old youth training scheme. Yeah. Give Us a Break was BBC's attempt to do Bullseye, really, wasn't it? It was snooker Bullseye. Dennis says you'll be lucky to get one foul in today's game shows. That's not strictly true, Dennis. How much they make in Big Brother? They make thousands, don't they? I don't know. Lara says it was 93. I'm getting so confused. I thought we worked out this was. I thought Mark said this was 87 or something. 25 grand on Play Your Cards, right? And they had the dolly dealers.
Oh, well, I stand corrected then.
The average gross weekly earnings for full-time employees in Great Britain in April 84 was 150 quid. There you go. Okay, so it's a month's wages, essentially. A little bit less than a month's wages.
And you get on telly and meet Jim Bowen.
No, I'm just thinking about whether... why is that pressure drop? That Stuart Lovell went to a gay swimming pool party, done what he wanted to do. There was absolutely no evidence that Barrymore done anything. It's just weak television. Just fuck up his career because he was there. It could happen to you one day. Not exactly that. Hang on a minute. I'm not saying that. 30 grand a month. There you go, Rags. Good call. There you go. Look at old Sherlock Otto. He referenced Victor Meldrew. It must be the 90s. I can't understand why he's got that whistle on, though. That whistle, well, it's funny, though, isn't it? I mean, sometimes you see things from the late 70s, and I usually put them. Decadism's a joke anyway. I mean, when does one end and one start? You know, fashions and things don't change on New Year's Eve. It's ridiculous. Anyway,
when you look back at stuff, it's skewed, isn't it? Because when they make historical things,
excuse me,
say they make something set in the 70s, right? In that a sitcom or whatever, that living room will be completely 70s, right? But if you, like us, we grew up in houses in the 70s, Chris. Our living room wasn't a stylized 70s living room, was it? It was bits of 50s and bits of 60s, and wasn't it? So if you actually grow up in the time, it comes across as different as to when you look back on it. You're muted again.
You've made an incredibly good point there, Packer, because you would, like my mum's house, the sofa was like from the 60s, the carpet was from the 50s, no joke. The Artex ceiling was probably before that. So yeah, whereas in a game show, it's all of exactly that era. The one that always done me as a kid was bloody Happy Days. Me and my brother could never work it out. What is it? And you know, obviously, as you get older, you work it out. But it's like, was this made in the 50s, or you know, it's like what? When is this meant to be? Anyway, let's see what's going to. Let's meet the famous darts player and see how much he doesn't make for charity. For people who don't know Bullseye well, they're notoriously bad. You know, it's like some really, it's a charity that you'd like them to make money for, and they go, there you go, you've earned £45 for leukemia research. Sutton for mutton. There you go. Yeah, it was a very confusing. I think it was intentional, really. It was trying to introduce the youth to the end of history, postmodernism that was just hanging around the corner. Anyway, let's go to the charity darts player.
New series off. The current holder of the bronze bullet is throwing for charity. 301 or more, and we'll double it and give the money to Dave and Mac for their charity. They'll tell us about it later. And who could we have? Can't have anybody better. The Bullseye champion. It's his at the moment. Throwing for charity. Please welcome Mike Gregory.
Right, has anyone heard of Mike Gregory? I mean, Pressure Drop said, we thought Happy Days was set in the future. and that was also confused because they brought on Robin Williams to play Mork from Ork, which had its own spin-off show, of course, that made Robin Williams' career. That's a good call, man. That's an absolute good call. Willow says that this geezer was a top player back in his day. Anglo remembers Bobby George. That name rings a bell. A lot of gold. Did he have a lot of gold rings and all that? And he talked like that. A lot of gold around his neck. And I think I think Bobby George presented the TV darts a bit later. That's a fella, isn't it? A little bit of a Joe Dykey. I think I know Bobby George. I not know him. I don't know. I've never met him. I mean, I recognise that I've got the right fella, and I Anglo. Hello, Emma. Drop. Right, here we go. Let's see how many children's lives he doesn't save.
Come on, Michael. Do it for us again now.
Okay, just moving. Plenty of time, Michael. Best of luck. Off we go. First of the night. 20.
Oh, I recognise him
20.
actually.
And 1, unlucky. Bad luck.
That's one pair of shoes. Go on, up to the hockey.
Treble 20.
Nice. That'll pay the admin
20.
fees.
And 20. 100. Well done.
Nice.
Still do it, Mike. Still do it. 20.
Well, hang on. What's he got to get? 201 or 301? I think it's 301. That's a fella, Anglo. Yeah, nice bloke. He died, didn't he? Well, I think he did. He probably did. Most people do in the end.
Right.
Anyone know whether it's 301 or 201?
It's for darts. It's 301, isn't it?
No, but this charity thing. But I think it's 301, and he's got to get 2 treble 20s if he wants to make this. That'll be 60, 120, 140. He will literally get it right on the nose if he gets 2. He's got to get. If he gets 2 treble 20s, he's going to get this right on 301, I think, if my maths is completely wrong.
Treble 20.
He's only got to get one more, and he's got it exactly right. He's only done it! He's only done it! I can't fucking believe it! Oh no, he didn't! I got it wrong. My maths were wrong. I got so excited.
Oh, dear. 281. Oh, we thought.
Look at the lager. Let's just get a side shot again. Look at the lager in that belly. Look. Look at it. The fat goes up to under his tits. JP says there is no score to beat. No, I think there is, because the geezer, Tony, whatever his name is, said you can still do it. I think it is 301, JP. Anyone know? Don't make me take it back.
Someone put in the chat 301 to double it.
Okay, so if you get 301, you get 602 squids.
Yeah.
Bobby George is still alive. Good Lord, he looked like he'd been in a coffin 20 years last time I see him. Amazing. Right, anyway, let's see if they're going to gamble. Like the gamble music needs sampling. It really does. If anyone here gets busy with like that sort of thing, sample the Bullseye gambling consideration music, please.
Oh, dear. 281. Oh, we thought we would. Never mind. Never mind. 281. Tell us where it's going, Dave.
It's
Sorry, Dave, I'm pissed off.
to the kidney ward of a local hospital.
Right, so that's £281 courtesy of this gentleman. I mean,
Which will be needing at some point.
Glass said, I used to love Ted Anke, the Count, but isn't he now a non? Why didn't I read that first?
that he is one of the best. That's on its way right at the end of the programme. Thanks for coming. Thanks for doing that. Look after yourself.
Yep,
See you next year. We're back. All right.
Lovely job.
Nice to have you on a Saturday night. Off you go. Give him a wave on the way. Oh, yeah, you look through that. Absolutely. Give him a wave on the way out. That's it. Right.
Moment of truth, people. Come on. I need you to go going for the toaster first. People, are they going to take the cash or are they going to gamble? Let me know.
Don't they
Cash.
give us the prizes first?
Is that how it works?
I can't remember.
I think you're right, actually. Let's see.
Gentlemen, all I can say to you now is it is plain sailing. You cannot lose now. I wish you all the best. Let's see what Bullish Prize Board has
You're right. Let's have a look at the prizes.
got for you tonight.
Don't forget, people, they've got to try and remember these as well.
One.
This dishwasher will bring a sparkle to your old Crocs.
It's what you need, Jim.
Get on.
Two.
Develop your skills as a
Pound shop camera.
photographer with this 35mm compact camera.
And three.
A battery-powered child's Jeep. Sit in or ride on. It's the ultimate in kiddie karting.
And four.
It ain't, is it, Packer? That's not the ultimate in kiddie karting.
Not really, no.
Please tell me they're offering them a leaf blower.
Garden vac and shredder for a smarter green.
Like me, you mean?
You can the council our little fucking no garden, no greenery within 10 miles of where they live.
Can't tell you again.
And five.
A 14-inch portable TV. A takeaway telly.
And six.
Now there's always time for darts with this stylish dartboard
Vart.
clock.
And seven.
Oh, hang on a minute. I thought that was like a dartboard for your house. That is the most disgusting clock I have ever seen. Have a look at this.
Now there's all.
Look, that's a clock. How much wall space is that taking up for a clock? Oh, so you've got a dartboard. Oh, no, it's a clock. I'm assuming, of course, that the dartboard is dartboard size. It could obviously be about 3 inches tall. But in a way, that makes it worse.
That dartboard, that clock is going straight to the landlord of the pub where they play darts, isn't it?
Yeah, good call. Good call. Packer, hold the stream a minute. I've just got to sort something out.
Chris's commerce fell off, everybody.
You can tell them what happened the other day while I'm doing this.
I didn't hear what I don't even know what he said. I don't know what happened the other day.
I was explaining to Packer. Oh, actually, I won't. If I start telling that story, we'll be here for hours. It's already 2:30 in the morning. Good Lord. Oh, nice one.
Everybody.
Leon, nice one. Leon says, I've noticed the grift is always bad on Monday streams. Yeah. But I didn't do a stream over the weekend because I was writing and working. Fucking working Sunday. I couldn't believe it. I thought, I'll just do this. And then you open up a can of worms. And before you know it, yeah. But that's all right. The scrubs are generous, you know. Some are great, some not so great. But I've had a good laugh, and I've been working all day, and it's lovely to hang around with the scrubs. It ain't all about the grift, but have you noticed that, Leon? Thanks. I won't do them on Mondays ever again. Thank you, Leon. No, you just dropped a lady in. Right, let's get back to the show.
Always time for darts with this stylish dartboard clock.
And seven.
6 bottles of champagne and the flutes to put it in. Lovely bubbly.
And eight.
Wake up to the little luxuries in life.
Look at that, a tea's made. I just make my tea in this the night before I go to bed. I wake up and I've got a hot flask of tea. Those teas maids, they take about 45 minutes to make that cup of tea, and it makes an absolute racket. Why do I know this? Because my cousin, right, listen to this. My cousin Daniel, I've always really liked him because he's a very peculiar person. When he was 12, all right, so I'm talking to my mum, and she said, if you don't sort your act out, you're going to end up like Daniel. And I went, well, I quite like Daniel. She said, yeah, but he wants to be a bum. And I went, what? What, like a bum? And she went, yeah. I said, what, like here? I wouldn't say arse to my mum when I was 12 because she'd have slapped me around the back of the legs. She said, no. She said, he just wants to be a dosser. He wants to be a bum and do nothing. I said, how do you know? She said, because he tells Diane, that was my auntie, tells all the time. When she says you're not doing well at school and all this, he says, I don't care. I don't want to do anything with my life. Right? For his 13th birthday present, my auntie said, what do you want? Right, a 13-year-old boy. He said, a tea's made. He got one as well. He absolutely got one. When his mother died, we used to have a family dinner every year, anniversary. When there was a few more of the Dangerfields and that side of the family in the country, and when there was a few more of us alive. And he reminded me that when he was at secondary school, him and his mate got a bit of foil and put some like sugar or some shit on it, burnt it, and sugar goes brown when you burn it, which is what smack looks like when you burn it. That brown stuff does anyway. And then they put a little paper tube on it and left it in the toilets. Someone's found it. The whole school went on lockdown. The old bill were called. You know, this is like post-Zamo. It's like a full-on massive investigation. No, the school he went to was called Chiz and Sid. If anyone knows it, you can prove it by giving me the full name. You can Google it and cheat, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, in the end, they put them on lockdown. They were like, no one's going home. And believe me, if you're a youngster, in the 80s, schools could do things like this. You ain't going home. It can get dark and you can get murdered until someone says whose this is. And they were, they were shitting themselves. They thought it'd just be a little joke, and there's like 40-old bill at the school. So in the end, they put their hand up in like the assembly and went, it was us. And the whole school was like, no way, Daniel's on heroin. All this, no one was on heroin at their school or even in their town at the time. And so when they've gone in, they said, look, it isn't drugs. It's just a joke. We just done it for a joke. And of course, they were in loads of trouble. He got grounded for about 6 months. His mum and dad were very, very, they were lovely people, but they weren't happy with him. You know, it was in the local papers and everything. And anyway, we were having one of these anniversary dinners, and I was sitting next to him because I like him and he's funny. And he went to me, he said, I would just want to say something to you. I went, yeah. He said, do you remember when all that lark happened when we were kids and I put the look-alike drugs in the school toilets? And I went, I certainly do, yeah. He said, well, I've been thinking about that, and I got in more trouble for that and more disdain from the family for that than you did for actually being a junkie. And I was cracking up. When he said it, I thought he's so right. He said, everyone's just like, it's only Chris, innit? It'll be all right. He said, no one doesn't like you for it. I admired him for considering it. And he is a bum. He is a bum. You know, he does very little, and I still admire him for it. He used to steal Citadel miniatures from a shop in Sidcup. And Chiz and Sid is Chislers and Sidcup. Nice one for that one, Leon. A Prasha Cuckoo. Nice one for that one, Mouse Cat. JP dropped a lady. The old fake drugs in the toilet trick. What a king. Yeah, I absolutely love my cousin Daniel. Great stuff. Nice one, JP. JP. I'm actually going to check the old entropy because I haven't. We've got Mr. MF's one. I hope you're still watching, Mr. MF. I will refresh the QR code just in case. All good there. Right. So I think we've done all the prizes.
With this splendid tease made.
And Bully's special prize.
A
fucking oil tanker. What? Any guesses what this? Thank you, John. Any guesses what Bully's special prize is? It's a day out on the Thames, isn't it? That's Tower Bridge. It's got to be. Is that Tower Bridge? Yeah. It's a day out on the. What was that boat that crashed and killed about 300 people? The Marchioness, was it? I think it was the Marchioness disaster, they called it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a day out on a boat. Maybe they go into Hampton Court. My street party took a boat to Hampton Court about 3 weeks after that Marchioness thing. Oh, no, it might have been 3 weeks before, actually. And on the way up there, I see like one of those lumberjack type shirts in the water, like a curved, almost like the back of a dead body. And I said to one of my dad's friends, I said, look, that looks like a body. And he told the captain of the boat. The captain of the boat screwed like a gaff together, and he went into its back, pulled it over, and as it turned over, it was like an horror movie. It was a dead body. Yeah, nice start to the day that was. And then my dad got chucked out of Hampton Court for taking photos. So it was like everywhere you went, no photos, because it was a proper exit through the gift shop jobby, Hampton Court. And my dad just kept taking photos, and in the end, they chucked us out. Oi, I tell you all now, I don't like Banksy. I'm not interested in Banksy. I think his work is just saccharine nonsense. Oh, look, there's a policeman kissing another one. Oh. But the film he made, Exit Through the Gift Shop, if anyone in the chat's watched it, don't give anything away, but let me know what you thought. I recommend watching that movie. It's called Exit Through the Gift Shop. It is excellent, and not for reasons you think. It's not a film about Banksy, but it's really good. It's one of those movies that I watched and thought, I'd love to watch a film like that again. It's a documentary. Let me know in the chat. I'm actually going to give it a little bit of time. Glass, have you seen Exit Through the Gift Shop? Was the bloke in the river taking photos? Yeah, my old man got away with it, really. Yeah, it's good. So there you go. Glass has said it's very good. It blows your mind, doesn't it? And of course, there's several comments on modern art. I don't quite like you knowing the things, Emma. There was a better answer to that question. It was a while ago, but I remember it being good. Yeah, it's great. It's set in Israel. Not that I remember, Vincent. I think it's London and Paris, if I remember, but I don't remember a lot of things. Anyway, let's see what the star prize is.
Fabulous meal for four with the best views in London on board the Bateau London, a truly capital floating restaurant.
Oh my God, it ain't even a boat. It's just a restaurant on the Thames so that you can sit there trying to eat while it's all going like that. That is preferable to a speedboat, though. Ironic, really, a non-speedboat. It's not a slow boat is the prize. Eleanor says, do you know about the little Banksy book? I enjoyed the documentary. Do you know about the King Robbo conspiracy? No, I don't know about the little Banksy book. I don't know about the King Robbo conspiracy. But you liked Exit Through the Gift Shop as well, did you, Ellie? Nice one. Interesting. Right. I don't think I think they're taking the money. They don't want to get a train down to London to sit on a floating restaurant. Not a chance.
All right, boys.
It's my favourite bit of music, this, though.
We'll move on. 9 prizes. Try and remember where they were. Maybe the ones there you wanted particularly. Okay, you've got 9 darts, and in the 9 red areas, and of course, Bully special.
This music will get glass sinking when I'll put the trigger word in. I'll put the trigger word in beforehand. JP reckons they will be gambling. I reckon he's looked at how long of the show is left. That's what he's based it on. Or he wants a dishwasher because his sink is full of rotten plates.
Special prize. Keep out of the black and in the red. You've heard it.
Pay attention,
Nothing in this game.
Otto says, imagine winning a trip to London now. Your first prize would be a trip out of London, wouldn't it? We'll get you out of that hellhole for a day. Good call, Otto. Oh, no, it's not that one, Vincent. That's kind of interesting, though. I mean, like I say, I'm not a fan, but that exit through the gift shop, Pressure Drop bases it on the shitty prizes. So Pressure Drop, you're saying they're not gambling. They're going to take the money. Yeah, sorry, Telford. Not to see you, mate. I didn't know you were here. We will get that, the best catchphrase from the whole show all the way through. Here we go.
Prize. Keep out of the black and in the red. You've heard it. Get nothing in this game. You got it. We're all rooting for you. Non-dart player first. Your first 3. We wish you all the best. Take them all home. We'd love you to. Come and stand in here, Dave.
Oh, okay. I fucked it up again, haven't they? They get the prizes, then they choose to gamble. Well, Pressure Drop saying they're gambling. Okay.
Okay, Mac, that's the way. Just settle into it. No rush. Best of luck. That's red. It's number 7.
Fine. That's the 6 bottles of champagne and flutes.
1 day's piss up for a northerner.
Them bottles is a glass. There's 2 glasses in bottles of both.
What did you say, Packer?
Them bottles are tiny.
They did look like half carafes or something. They're not the big. I don't know what they've all got different names, haven't they?
Ain't a Magnum, is it?
There you go. What was his sidekick, Magnum, the old fella?
I don't know.
I think you'd know that. He's got like a proper English name, hasn't he? Something like Hamilton or something. Come on, Scrubs. What's airline bottles? Yeah, exactly. What was
Higgins.
Magnum PI's sidekick? Higgins, JP, straight on it. Good call.
Black. But that's the Bullseye.
The shittest prize. They've won it.
Very well played. Look your lights now, That's right. Good man.
It will be at that meal that his wife tells him she's leaving him.
Go for your lights.
Go for your lights.
Black. Black.
Bit racist.
Oh, unlucky, right on the wire, but it's in the black.
You've done no damage. You're okay. Don't worry. You were right to keep away from the others. Good man.
Okay, Mac.
Oh, yeah. If you get it in the others, it negates the previously won prize.
Make them all count.
Here we go. You can
3 to go.
You can still do well.
There's so much weird whispering. Let me just take that back a little bit. Listen to all the little... I mean, I'm saying it to celebrate it because it's sweet and it's innocent. But listen to all the little... You can still do well. Don't worry. Take your time. It's no problem.
Black. Oh, unlucky, right on the wire, but it's in the black.
You've done no damage. You're okay. Don't worry. You were right to keep away from the others. Good man.
Okay, Mac. Make them all count.
Here we go. You can
3 to go.
You can still do well.
It's not a library.
That's red. It's number 1.
You've won the dishwasher.
Probably the best prize there, to be honest with you.
Red number 2.
You've won the 35mm compact.
Probably the worst prize there, to be honest with you.
camera.
And to finish it off, red number 3.
You've won the battery-powered Jeep. Very
I'd just like to change my mind about the worst prize there.
well done. Let's have a look at what you've won. 6 bottles of champagne and the fruits. Dishwasher.
12 glasses of champagne.
A 35mm compact camera. The battery-powered Jeep. And Bully's special prize, the dinner on the Bateau London. It's a nice weekend of good news. All right. You've done very, very well there.
Hang on, did he say it's a nice weekend then? He got that wrong, I think, or maybe I did. I'm prepared to be wrong, but I think for some reason Bowen says it's a nice weekend. I might have just misheard it. Let's see.
On the Bateau London. It's a nice weekend of good news. All right.
He did say a nice weekend. How long are you? How much food you eating?
You've done very, very well there. You've also got. Well, now, this may be telling you something. You've also got £525. I'm going to ask you now to consider all that lot, the package, the prizes and the 525. Would you like to gamble that against tonight's star prize, which is hiding behind Bully? You've got the time it takes the board to revolve to tell us whether you want to go for the 101. Help them.
Listen to the music, man. Glass. Sink.
What do you think? Yes?
Right, Scrubs. Are they gambling or are they taking? Come on. Glass says that someone mentioned it earlier, Emma, and said that they're redoing it, but apparently they're auditioning. I beg all Scrubs in England to audition. That would be so amazing. If one of you lot could find a darts player, or if you are a darts player, I beg. Hello, Ludwig. Nice to see you, son. I beg you to get on the new Bullseye. The article that we saw, Glass, said was only 3 days ago. So you're right. They've only just released news that they're bringing it back. So they would be auditioning. Please. Eleanor says definitely gambling. John says gamble for a caravan. John B, gamble. Willow, gamble. Rags, gamble. Well, I said hello to you, Rag. Yeah, I have. Of course I have. Right. Eleanor says he claims Bigger Boy bullied him to taking the blame, or he'd end up like the kid with the nails in his head. What one's that? Is that the other film or the book? I'm getting confused, Eleanor. Sorry, I'm juggling too many things that I can't remember. Gamble and lose the caravan. Right, let's see what they do.
Right.
I reckon they're taking the money and the prizes, to be honest with you.
13th series, it never gets any easier. Boys, who's the spokesman?
Me.
Max, speak to me.
We're hoping to be lucky 13. We're going to gamble.
No way! And now it's just a question of what Bully's special prize is. What have they got to get? 201 in 6 darts? Well, we're about to find out. Oh, the book. Okay, nice one. I'm currently rereading Gravity's Rainbow. I'll tell you what. There's a lot of psychedelia in Gravity's Rainbow. Pynchon kind of predicted the 60s. It's actually miraculous what he does. But there's a character in it called Sour Bummer. And I'd never, there's loads of silly names. Well, I say silly, but funny and odd names. But Sour Bummer, I never looked into it when I read Gravity's Rainbow as a youngster. But there's an umlaut over the U, the first U, which made me realise the other night that that's a German word. And I put it into Google Translate. And it means acid. So acid bummer is really like a bad trip, isn't it? Thomas Pynchon, a genius. If you're into reading and you haven't read any Pynchon, I wouldn't go for Gravity's Rainbow first. The classic, more accessible one is The Crying of Lot 49, and it's only about 180 pages. Gravity's Rainbow is about 700 pages. But yeah, I won't get into the rest of that because it's not what we're here for. But here we go. This will be interesting.
Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you, boy.
A mini Metro worth about £3. I think they're mad. Yeah, exactly that, John. But SUOUR with an umlaut over the U. It means acid in German. Oh, Telford Tees has just liked my new story. Fair play. Don't forget to like the stream, people, if you're enjoying it, that is, of course.
Well, come on now, the best of luck. We hope you're lucky as well. Come on.
And if you could do me the absolute honour and privilege of leaving a comment on my latest story, The Amazing Mr. Honestly It Is Not. I've got loads of industry and media people subscribed to my Substack this month. I don't really know why. They might be writing a hit piece for all I know, but I don't think they are because two of them are agents that I know. One used to be my literary agent about 20 years ago. He sacked me, though, because I puked up in a meeting because I was drunk. Here we go.
Dave, yeah, you just take your time, I promise you. Big gamble, but the best of luck. 101 or more, 6 darts.
Right, 101 in 6 darts, non-darts player to go first. I think they're going to win this, just based on the fact there's only about 2.5 minutes of the show left.
Nice star prize.
Oh, they're either going to win or lose. It wouldn't matter, would it?
Best of luck, Dave. 14. 9. Another 9, which gives you 32. Mac?
So what's that? 201 minus 32, let's say 3,171. In 6 darts, they've just lost everything, haven't they? Yeah, that's what I said, pressure drop, exactly that. So Sal Bummer is like, you know, in the 60s, bummer. It's like a bad acid trip, isn't it? I think is it 6 darts or 9? They've lost. He ain't going to get 172 in 3 darts. He might.
69 or more. We'll take.
Oh, 101. Oh, for fuck's sake. You could probably just throw all 3 darts at the same time.
Tonight's star prize. You can do it. Best of luck.
Sorry to make the tension worse than it already is. If they win the star prize, do they also get to keep the money and all the other prizes? Like my cousin, John. Yeah, I noticed that, Sheila. A bit more timpani there. Oh, he's won. If it's 9 dart, if it's 101, he's definitely done this. He's got
20. 1.
Snatched it.
Oh, lucky 20.
Boys up.
JP said you keep everything, or should I say, you lose everything. Gutted. Let's take it back a bit so we can get the full disappointment. JP taking us back to what was the DJ's name? Whack whack. Oops. Do you remember we had the house station barking as well?
David Travis, wasn't it?
It was DLT, I think. Yeah. Do you remember? Hello, darling. Yeah. That was another one, wasn't it? Yeah. He laughs is straight in with the bus fare H. Bottled it like Arsenal. What, joint second? 1 point off first? Come on. We win the league this season. You're not smiling now, are you? Exactly. Eleanor agrees with you, Packer. It was Dave Lee Travis. Does anyone remember that one? Hello, darling. Yeah. That was another one of their little, they used to just drop those little things in. No one remember that? I bet someone does. Let's see the disappointment.
20. 1. Oh, Oh, lucky 20.
Boys, I've got to say it. I've got to say it. Boys.
So, Packer, you reckon the backstage crew are now running around, moving the Mini Metro and putting like a Porsche 911 in its place? Or something?
They've got the good price was always there. They're fine tonight.
Oh, okay, I get it because they haven't won it. It's going to stay there. I reckon it's going to be rubbish. It's caravan or a speedboat. Oh, there you go. Look, Willow knows that. No, Simon Bates, Otto. Oh, Otto, we were going to... Good call, Otto. I was going to do a reaction to one of Simon Bates's... what was it called? My Dead Family or something. Da, 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 da. They said that she was in remission. Da, 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 da. Then all her children died in a car crash. Da, 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 da. Our tune, good call, Lartus. Young people, please remind me if I forget, because that'll be a great reaction. I think I might have done one actually. I'll have to find it. Right. So for people who don't remember, our tune was Simon Bates, 1980s DJ, Radio 1, and he had a segment in his show called Our Tune. And people would write in and tell them their stories. Now, I will put everything I own, which isn't a lot, on the fact that their criteria for what ones they actually had on the show was the most horrific, terrible, sad, heart-wrenching ones that they could find. And they proper built them up. And they didn't have like a nice ending. It wasn't like, but finally it all came good. No, they'd just keep racking it up. Sharon was 21 when her first child was run over. And you'll be like, oh, fucking hell, man. It's like Sunday morning. And then the music, da, 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 da. And then it'll be, it took her 5 years in a psychiatric ward and lots of medication to get over that. Her husband left her and she lost the use of her legs. Da, 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 da. And it just kept being the worst life you could ever imagine. And then right at the end, she'd go, but there's one tune that always cheered me up. And then it'd be like, it's Casey and the Sunshine Band. No, 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 no. Baby, give it up, baby. Give it up. Yeah. If you don't hear that, there you go, Anglo. If you don't hear me do a Simon Bates reaction, just keep nudging me. One day I'll get it done. Yeah, it was just depressing, and you couldn't believe it got to the limit of human desperation and depression. No, you ain't even halfway there. There's plenty more coming. Spanish Chicken said truckers crying in the cabin. The service is at 10 a.m. Dead giveaway. Cool, Spanish. See? Oh, Glass is so right. There was always a roast dinner cooking as well, so not all bad. Yeah, I'll tell you what, one day, Glass, I'll try and recreate my mother's roast dinner. And in a way, it was part of the sadness of our tune. The smell of last week's chip lard. God. Anyway, let's see the end of this.
Look at what you could have won. Have a look at it.
Oh, hang on. I almost killed the ender. Let's have a look at what you could have won.
I'm going to say, boys, look at what you could have won. Have a look at it. Look at it. Come on. There we are, boys.
Come on, people, name that car.
It's a Rover 100.
Is it really? I could see the Rover badge on the front. It's a Rover 100.
Rebadged Mini Metro is what it is, but it was called a Rover 100.
Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah. So in this day and age, was that an half-decent motor or is that jank?
Jank. Absolutely. That was about 5 minutes before Honda bought Rover for £1 and then sold them to BMW for 50 pence.
That's right. I remember all that. I actually remember that. Pack, I don't think you're talking into your mic or something, mate.
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry.
Not a problem. It's just people. Yeah.
You know that's the gamble. 13, 2, never mind. You're right on the topic. You've been playing so well. Well, on behalf of Tony and Mike Gregory, thank them for playing with us tonight on this edition of Bullseye.
Look at his boat race. Look, he's maintaining the pain of them losing. Look, you have a look.
Well, on behalf of Tony and Mike Gregory, thank them for playing with us tonight on this edition of Bullseye. We'd like to thank you for watching at home. Bye.
Mugging them off by giving them their little phone bullies. I was just thinking, actually, then there was something else that we could do a reaction to. It might come back to me, but we'll definitely do an our tune. People, well, there you go. Another cracking stream with the Bullseye. I won't be doing another one for maybe a year or so because obviously it loses its impact. But our tune's going to be coming next. I'll do a Grange Hill I've got wrapped up, but I'm going to do the Zamo one, so I've got to find it. And I just thought of one then, but... Oh, yeah, that's it. Play your cards right. We could probably do a play your cards right. That might be quite funny because old Chinny's actually a very funny bloke, isn't he? So that might be quite good. Right, let's go up here. Can you make sure you've liked the stream, people? If you have liked the stream, that'll be very kind of you. I'll find a bit of music. Go here.
I mean, you could still like it even if you just found it moderately okay. You could still give it a
So
like.
there you go. That's the spirit. I try and kind of imply that when I say it. Let's stop that there. Well, why did that start? This might be weird because they keep getting adverts on it. Right. Can we have a P in the chat for Packer, please, people? He's just given nearly 3 hours of his time. Hi, people. You know when we do a stream like on a Wednesday, and I always go, "Is Packer about?" And we're like, "No, it's his boozer day on Wednesday." Or if we do it on a Saturday and he's not about, someone will say, "I think it's his boozer day on a Saturday." I asked him the other day. He said, "I ain't been to the pub in about 6 months." He's dropped it out. Is that, Packer? Is that because of your diet or just general? You just
dropped it. I did just drop it out. Not because of the diet, because I still drink. I've had 4 cans tonight. If I fancy a beer, I'll have a beer. But it's, you know, an evening at the pub's a lot of money, and just for once a week. Well, it is nowadays, isn't it?
Well, what's a pint? What do you drink? Do you drink a pint?
You're talking about £4 a pint in a pub.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, so you for a night out, it's between 35 and 50 quid for an evening in the pub.
When I done that Dangerfield's Chinese prescription, I wanted to take everyone to the French house because it's a nice boozer. I know everyone in there, and you get people like Tom Baker rock up, and it would have been funny and all that lot. And people started saying to me, "How much is a pint in there?" I said, "Well, they don't sell pints. You can only get an half. There's a big sign behind a bar. A gentleman will have a gentleman will drink a half or something." And they said, "What's that then?" I said, "I don't know, 3 quid, 3.5 quid." And we ended up in the Weatherspoons in Piccadilly Square. And one bloke, bless him, what was his name? Tommy, I think. He don't come round here anymore. He was only about 18. Nice kid. He got fucking hammered. And we went out for this Chinese restaurant. And then because it was a Chinese prescription. So there was about, Wolfie was there. Anyone else in the chat was around from those days? Yeah, these days you're looking at about £9 a pint in Soho, without a doubt. Wolfie, you might be the only person certainly the only person here who actually came to the Chinese prescription. But we went out and had hello Lulu, by the way, love. We went out and had a Chinese. That was the first part of the Chinese prescription. And then we went for a Chinese massage. But some people had their misses with them. Some people were homosexual. So there was like a break off. Half of them, well, about a third of the people went to the Weatherspoons in, I think it's called the, what is it? It's always Moon, isn't it? Moon on the Square or something, Moon in the Square. And the rest of us, I'd already arranged with like 3 or 4 different massage parlours that I was going to rock up with 4 punters to get a little bit of money off. You know, I'll guarantee you 4 punters at this time on Sunday, this date. So a group of about 16 of us went off, and I've dropped 4 off at one. We've walked to another one, dropped 4 off there, walked to another one, dropped 4 off there, walked to another one, and we all, oh, I know, Denise Moniz was there. Denise Moniz came. I doubt, are you still here, Denise? So Denise and Wolfie were there. Fair play to Wolfie, he came down from a long way, like up north. And there was one of the younger blokes was shitting himself because it was a sex massage. That was part of the joke, you know. No one was going to get. I told them everything to say, how to play it, and all this lark, so that they knew what they were doing. And one bloke was terrified. I said, "Look, you come with me. We'll go to the last one, and I'll look after you." And so we've all, you know, I've finished mine, and a couple of other people have finished, and we've come out, and we're all waiting outside, and we've got to go and pick the others up. They'll be waiting outside their massage parlours, and then meet everyone else back in the boozer. And I can't remember the bloke's name. We'll call him John. I was going, where the fuck's John? And people were going, well, it's been about 40 minutes now, and we'd all been waiting outside for about 15 minutes. It don't take long, does it? Anyway, he's come out, this 17-year-old who was shitting himself, he's come out of his arm round this bird. And I went, what are you doing? You taking out of the boozer? He went, nah, ATM. he had his 20 quid for, you know, just a little sly one. And then when she offered him a bit more, he went, well, yeah, but I'll have to go and get some more money afterwards. He went off to the ATM. He's come back with her. He's got his arm round her. He couldn't let go of her, kissing her outside the massage parlour. He went, what days do you work? All this long. Oh, the rest of us were cracking up. Get back to the boozer, and obviously everyone's telling stories, what happened. And like one bloke was like, he went, my one was a munter, man. He went, she looked lovely when I first see her, but when she turned the light on, he was, you know, just a typical sort of stories. But that Tommy fellow, who's a nice bloke, this was just a one-off. He was like on the bar just talking to himself. His almost totally sober missus going, come on, love, he'll be all right, you know. And he was going, yeah. Now, I don't really do well around big groups of people. And I was totally clean then, so I wasn't even drinking. And being around like 20 odd drunk people or drinking people when you're not, you know, and I'm not good in those situations, and I'm not drinking. But with the dinner, the massage, and about an hour and a half in the booze, I had done sort of 5-6 hours. So I said, listen, people, I've got to shoot. I'm knackered. Thank you for coming down. I hope you've had a good day. Really good fun. It's been lovely to meet you all. And then Tommy's turned around and went, fuck off. he went, you cunt. He went, you ain't even had a fucking drink. He was getting well Larry. And I was going, look, man, I said, just, you know, and his missus like escorted him out of the boozer, and like he could barely walk, the poor kid. He could barely walk. But he did used to turn up here for about 3 or 4 years later. It's weird, though, to think about it. He was about 17, 18 then. And, of course, they'll be like 25, 26 now. Probably a totally different bloke. Be honest with you, Oh, and there was that girl who was going blind. She was there. I interviewed her on this channel. She's losing her eyesight. She was only like in her early 20s. And she come on the channel and I had like an interview with her. And she said, there's nothing they can do about it. I will be blind in like a few years. Yeah, me too, Otto. I don't even like being around people who've had 2 or 3. Like Packer's great. I mean, you don't notice any difference. But a lot of people, they're obnoxious, boring. And I always feel like they're on a fine line, you know, because I'll be very honest. If someone asks me something, I'm not going to give them the answer they're trying to get out of me. I'll tell them the truth. I always feel like they're on the edge of kicking off, and I don't, fuck all that. I mean, you know, a couple of nice old fashions on my own. AirPods, boozer.
I just generally come across as I'm not quite with it anyway, so don't notice.
Oh yeah, no difference at all. Anyway, people, I've got to go to the supermarket, I've just realised, and do some writing. Packer, can we have a P or a pack or a packer in the chat? Oh, you've already. Well, we've done
that. Yeah.
Packer, I'll let you go, mate. Should we do an high five? There you go. Nice one. I'll let you go. Thank you very much.
Cheers,
yeah, ta-ra, mate. Please like the stream and listen, please. I'm begging you. The top link in the description is my Substack. It's totally free. Go over there. The new one is called The Amazing Mr. Honestly It Isn't. It's quite a demanding story, but even if you don't want to read it, just leave a comment, say something nice, or don't say something nice. Don't say something stupid, because that'll be just stupid. But scrubs who do usually read my stories, and there is a lot of you, and it means the world. It means the world to me. I'm never going to find fame or fortune for my writing, and I don't want to. But to have people read what I write, you know, writing is the most important thing that I do. It is. It means the most to me. And so when people read it, like I was talking earlier, Humans A has written some, and a couple of other people have really considered comments, and it means the world to me, because I can tell that they've read it and they've thought about it. But if you could just leave some comments on there, because it'll help me with all these industry bods who are starting sniffing around. And if I could just give them the manuscript and leave it with them, at the moment, that's looking very tempting, simply because I haven't got time. I will get it done if that doesn't happen. But anyway, I'm just asking you to do that if you could. Very kind of you, Baz. You enjoyed that one, did you? Amazing. Nice one, Dennis. Dennis, you were on that thing. Dennis, you went for a massage, didn't you? If I remember rightly, you were part of the massage crew. It was a good day out, wasn't it? It was nice. As soon as I met Dennis, me and Dennis, we have a relationship off of this platform. We haven't, not so much over the last year, but we used to talk quite a lot on Skype. But as soon as I met Dennis, I'll tell you what, Dennis is a very, very attractive figure. As soon as I see him, there's no bullshit from him. He's not gonna play polite society. He just tells you exactly what he's thinking, and he's got some very funny mannerisms. Like I think the first thing I asked him, he answered me and then just looked away, like at something else. Like he wasn't interested in my response. And immediately I thought, I like this lad. I like him a lot. You're all right, Dennis. Not a problem. Nice one, Packer. Very, very much appreciated. It is Glass, but you know, you've just made me feel sensual. Listen. Oh, nice one, Packer. Yeah. Did I miss one? Didn't miss one there. Let me just check over it. No, let me just check over here. Refresh that. And we're all good over there. Okay, listen, thank you to Rags for looking after the place. Thank you to Packer, of course. I tell you what, it's what a treat to stream with Packer. It just works so well. And most of all, thanks to all of you lot. Monday night, I was feeling a little bit lonely. Been grafting all day. Come on here, have a laugh. I've totally cheered up. My taxi to the girlfriend's got the motorbike, so it'll be a tuk-tuk to the supermarket at 3:30 in the morning. Won't feel so bad. This is a little bit of music from a friend of mine called Paul, the Ball, the G, the Mumford. It's off the album Deep Water, and it's the title track, Deep Water. And I dedicate this to my man, Anglo-Saxon. Look after yourselves, people. Have I got the timing right? Yes, at last. Ta-da! I'll be putting your messages on the screen.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break.
Super guy, nice one for the pledge, mate.
Really appreciate it. Life is a curse, it only gets worse in the world.
Nice one, Ludwig.
Drown.
I'll be interested in your thoughts on that
one. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed. A woman says I'm lying in the bed I've made. She says warriors don't give up before the war begins. So I get high to justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad, but at least they have a cause. I struggle to feel emotion I can really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Yeah, man. Amazing stuff from Mumford. Oi, check this out, right? Glass is going to see Spiritualized. Most of you know I like Spiritualized a hell of a lot. And she told me the other day that they're doing Pure Phase, which is one of their earlier albums. I say there, it's one bloke really, but he works with other musicians, obviously. But Pure Phase is the one that I had that fella on, Mads Bjerk, because he engineered and produced Pure Phase and Ladies and Gentlemen, We're Floating in Space, which is the album that kind of established Spiritualized as, I think, the UK's premier psychedelic smack rock band. But I remembered his first name was Mads, but I couldn't remember his second name. So while the music was playing there, I searched, I just typed in Spiritualized engineer and producer Mads. And I'll show you this because it was quite funny. So I searched it so I could remember his surname. And then that come up. Live stream with Mads Bjerk, who mixed Pure Phase. So I clicked on it. I wonder if you'll see the next page. Yeah. Look, Spiritualized, live stream with Mads Bjerk. Mads Bjerk is a recording engineer and mixer who's worked with a long list of well-established and blah, 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 blah. After hearing the lengths he went to creating a distinctive sound when mixing their album Pure Phase, I just had to ask him to come on and speak about his way into the industry, his career, and why the hell he decided to mix two other mixes together into two bar sections. Let's do this. Now, that was my description in the video, and obviously that is my video. Someone's put that on Steve Hoffman Music Forums. Oh, I get around a bit of the internet, don't I? Anglosaurus Rex asked me when the next stream is. I don't know, mate. I really don't know. It's when I've got the time and the energy. So when I know, I just tend to do it. So I can't, I don't know. If you ping me an email, I can let you know maybe half hour beforehand. Chris at chrisdangerfield.com. If any of you can leave a comment on that new Substack, The Amazing Mr. Honestly, it isn't. It is a demanding read, though. But that would be very helpful. Look after yourselves, people. I've got to do the old super duper run. Oh, you can set an outro video now. Won't be doing that. Hoita!